Jerk! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul Dragon Cougar's no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go.
The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by Stifel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms. Rooted in St. Louis, where success meets success. Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast, episode number 384, presented by Stifel, baby.
E-ink. Yeah.
I am
God.
tired. You're going to have to bear with me
It
today.
didn't go. There she goes. Hello.
Don't cut yourself on
Coolers. Coolers lot. Son of a bitch.
that. Not a sponsor. And here you go again.
Is your hat a sponsor?
What does it say?
Don't know. Probably not.
Oh, Howie's. Yeah, Howie's.
No, Andy will.
Howie's, it's a Hockey Sense sponsor. Howie's
Yeah,
is.
so he likes to cross promote because he's got another podcast, hockey podcast.
Well, they have the best hockey tape going. Howie's, and so they got great hats too. So I wear the Howie's hat. I'm very tired today. You're gonna have to bear with me. It's been
No,
a
he worked
long
hard.
night of travel yesterday.
Went to Minnesota. Now he's coming back on that private jet. No delays, nothing. Ate, was fine.
Mhm.
Got in. We're could sleep in the morning. So
No,
everybody feels sorry for Andy. It's all about Andy. Andy's the only one that has a tough life. Oh God, I travel on that jet. Jesus.
that jet. Hey,
Freezing cold here today. I saw guys on the side of the highway just trying to, with jackhammers like this. I'm like, whoa.
it's warm here compared to
Scary.
where I just was. I did talk to a lot of people. Chris Butler, give him a shout out. A lot of people who live in
And what'd he say?
Minnesota. Still a great place to live.
No. What'd he say? Because I've talked to Butts too.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What'd he say? What'd he say
Well,
about
to
his
keep
lovely...
that between you
what
and-
did he
between
say?
he and
Exactly.
I. That's
So
a-
you bring this
that's
up
a
and you say,
private
I talked to
conversation.
Chris Butler, but then you don't say what he says. So it's like, what are you talking about? There's a lot of fraud up there.
He
It is what
said.
it is.
He said.
It looked cold though
He
on
said
TV.
Quinn Hughes has really impacted that team up there. That's
There
what-
you go.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, well, yes.
He says Kaprizov and Boldy. I mean, it's just a great line.
I like that team.
Yeah, they
I
better,
like that team.
They better get their shit together.
What's that?
They better get.
Oh,
their
they got
shit
their ass
together.
kicked by the Blues the other day.
And they lost to Utah the game before that.
Hey, get going.
Quinn Hughes is going all over the place. He's going
Yeah.
to Saturday Night Live,
Which is
He's
fine.
going to the Tonight Show tonight.
Good.
I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
all
don't
for it.
bullshit him.
But let me tell you this right now, Minnesota. Listen to me now, because that's a once in a lifetime thing.
He knows your town.
I do. When I was a kid, my neighbor.
Don't let's talk about minutes.
Someone broke in their house and they went down to the kitchen and they were making themselves a sandwich.
He said that on a movie. He saw that.
No,
on
I didn't. It was a
Yeah.
true story. They were making themselves a sandwich. Could you imagine?
Like put him down.
Do you think you would be like if someone broke in your house? Because you'd have to be a little scared, dude. That would
God,
scare
yeah.
you.
It's the most
So would
scariest
you
thing
have
possible.
the strength to be able to like get into a physical confrontation, or would you hide under the bed and call the police?
What am I doing? Why do I waste my time? Seriously.
Answer the question.
Fucking my crazy strength would be on overload. Be on overload.
We may do a prank on you. I may come
Don't
into your
you
house.
ever
I'll have
do-
Kate.
yeah, oh my-
Kate
she
will
ain't gonna-
know.
no, she's not gonna
She's
do that.
gonna let me
No,
in
she
the
won't do it.
house.
She
And I'm
knows.
gonna make a
No.
sandwich in your kitchen
And I'm gonna-
at 3 a.m, dude.
You wouldn't
And
scare
you're
me.
She's gonna say, "Oh my God, there's noise."
You wouldn't scare me.
I just gotta tell her, make sure you don't bring like a weapon or
Could you?
anything.
Well, yeah.
Because if you do, what if you
I
kill
am-
me in the prank, dude?
I am the weapon. I will pick you up and body slam you.
Oh
so
my
bad.
God!
I don't want to do that. Don't do that to me. Kate's not going to fall for that. She's not
Yes,
going
she
to sign
will.
off on that. She's not going to sign off.
I'm
on that.
gonna.
She's not going to sign off on that. She knows.
So anyway, so they broke in the house. They made a sandwich, and then the family came down and like I don't even know what went down, but they
What
called
would you
the
do? Andy
police.
would be like this. What's going on around here? What meat are you using in there?
Hey,
We don't have
hey,
much.
Don't save that.
We don't have much.
Use the other bread.
Yeah, wait. Just okay. Use
Don't
the
use
other.
the sourdough.
Good God.
I like the sourdough
scary.
bread. Sourdough is very good for
How
you.
cold was it in Minnesota?
I can
freezing.
handle any type of
Fucking
extreme. I thought of Jordan
cold.
Tutu. I thought of you, Jordan.
It's not
'Cause
even
I
close
can-
to where he's
no,
at.
I was up in the north, and I can handle the elements with the best of them.
Andy,
you know,
at a pregame before the game against Minnesota, he had a clip of Little Ty
no
winning
intermission.
the Blue Note Cup.
Intermission.
Okay.
Yeah. you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
pregame.
It was, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Intermission. And it put a smile on my face.
Did it really?
Yeah. And then I saw Ty on Instagram, and I gave him a little, one of
You
them
gave him a
bad boys.
muscle?
Little, what's up?
Is that what it would look like if I was breaking into the house at 3 a.m, or would it be big?
I would lift you up and break you in half.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even have to shoot you. I'd look
Yeah.
at him like, I'm going to just fuck this guy up on my own.
Take the scarf off.
No, I like it. Why are you worried about me?
Will you take a dump in front of somebody?
No, get me away from everybody.
So our studio is
Oh.
like Grand Central Station.
away
dude.
from
People
everybody.
are coming in and out left and right, and it's the running joke because I'm always like, "You guys got to stop shitting in here, dude. It's a studio."
What are you doing in there? You're not shitting. You probably shit once a week.
No, I'm in this. I don't.
You probably shit once a week.
Oh, you think?
Andy shits once a week. I have to get up like 3 hours early before I do anything just to get everything out of my system.
Really?
Because I'm so far out to where I'll have to go to my buddies' houses to use their restroom if I have to like wait around
So
for
you know
Andy.
your internal system is like a pipe, right?
Mhm.
So I've been watching these Instagram videos from a girl that I've been following.
Oh yeah, she
I
good
wanna-
looking.
She's like a Nona
Is she a good?
from Italy.
Oh, that cooks.
She does.
Yeah, I
everything.
do. I watch the
And she
old
gi-
lady
she-
cooking
she
things.
gives
Yeah.
she gives me all the advice that I need. And so she is
Speed it up, man. No, you're getting.
Na-
Let's go.
nature Nona. So like
You're starting to. People are going to turn the channel.
5 to 7 pounds.
Yeah,
in the
I know
next
her.
Weeks. I would not start a new diet, and I would not torture myself with workouts. Do not get me wrong, amore. These are good ways to lose a pound or two a week. But if you want to drop
Okay,
6
Andy,
to 8
no one gives a
pounds
fuck.
fast, there is a much
easier way.
Easy way. She probably is a phenomenal cook. Oh God, she's probably Okay, stop.
Okay, so check her out. Nature Nona. She gives you lots of good advice and lots of help in terms of how to like just clean out your system. Could you do a 24-hour fast?
Yeah, if I had to, sure.
Well, it's not about if you have to. Just answer the question.
I just did. If I had to, I would.
Could you do a 48-hour fast?
Probably not. That would get me too much. I don't want to be pissy in front of him. Do I have to work? Like it was like fast, and then I got to go to work.
Okay.
And then this guy's next to me, annoying the fuck out of me with everything. And then I'm hungry. Then I want to kill him.
Maddie.
And then wait, I'm not done. And then I'm pissy the rest of the day because he's annoying and I haven't eaten all day. Then I got to re-listen to the annoying parts
How dare
over
you.
again
How dare
and
you.
fucking delete
How
them.
dare
Now
you.
I'm pissed off all goddamn day. So no,
How dare you?
you know.
Can
Like
I
son
just-
of a bitch, I gotta get my fucking mind right coming in here.
Hey. Hey, listen. So 24 hours. You know I do 16 hours every day, right?
Oh yeah, Andy. Oh, come on, go.
16 hours. I don't eat until noon, and I brought this actually. I'm gonna break my fast with the First Form energy drink today.
Yeah, but that's not. Is that breaking a fast? Drinking an energy drink?
Well, maybe not.
Now you got nothing in your system, and then now you're drinking fucking caffeine.
but I will when I
Like
get
that would make me miserable.
God.
Oh.
Okay. That's not what I normally do. I just brought that today. I didn't bring any beef sticks. I was hoping.
I
you'd-
got some.
Yeah, you have one for me.
And I do this too.
Okay.
'Cause I'm on the road, man. I can't. So I'll even have these little like tune-up stuff. I'll just
Okay,
crush.
I don't want that.
I'm not giving it to
I
you.
don't want that one. Can you got any beef sticks? Meat beef sticks. First Farm.
Face fine.
Good. So I'm gonna wait till noon.
Banana. Always eat a banana. Just
Any-
easy on your stomach.
Oh, sharp cheddar. That's
yeah,
a good
that's
one.
good.
Smallest banana I've ever seen.
Look at this little dinky.
You look
ass-
like you're in a zoo. Like I mean, like you're holding that.
You wish.
thing.
You wish,
Look how
motherfucker.
tiny that thing is.
You wish.
Only eat
You
organic
wish.
bananas. You know that? Don't eat non-organic bananas.
Okay.
There's a difference in the taste, and they taste much better, and they're much better for you.
Is
So,
Berube going to get fired?
are you going at me with that right
Is
now?
Berube going to get fired?
Okay, here's the
Is
answer.
he?
Yes.
God dang.
Is
boy.
it going to happen before the season? I don't think so.
Is it okay?
Will
fine.
it happen before next season?
Is
I
it
don't
his
know.
fault that-
Eventually, he will get
Is it
fired.
his fault that they are where they are this year?
Listen, I'm of the belief, and this is what I say. Whenever a team has expectations and they don't meet the expectations, I think it's completely unfair to point the finger at just the players. I think it's unfair to point the finger at just the coach. I think it's unfair to point the finger at just
GM.
the GM. I think it's a collective blame to go around. Everybody has played their part when a team fails to meet expectations. And I mean everybody, from the GM on down. Everyone's got to take responsibility. I don't know how the GM of the LA Kings can come out and say, we haven't met expectations and just put it all on the coach.
Yeah.
Or the players.
Well, they see different things that we see
yeah,
too.
I know, but you have to take some of that on your own shoulders. Now, when you look at the Buffalo Sabres situation, you say, hey, listen, they have enough talent to win. So
how'd that happen?
I don't know. All of a sudden, they make a change. A new guy comes in charge, gets everybody's attention. They start playing the right way. Easier for the coach to get the players' attention when you have a new general manager.
Kevin Adams put that team together, though.
He did.
So that people are chirping that a little bit on. And listen, that's sometimes you got to have a different mindset and a different attitude going into as a GM.
So,
that may,
you look at the Blues. They had expectations coming in. They haven't met those expectations.
No, they haven't.
I can't blame one person over the next. Right?
I think I blame the players more than anything.
You can blame whoever you want. I'm just saying, just in general. Everybody has to take part in blame when you don't meet expectations. Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, let me just say this about the Maple Leafs. I didn't think they were that good to start the season.
Were they overhyped? That's what I mean.
Oh, they're always overhyped.
Always.
What do you think happens? Is Canada okay, by the way?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. It's slowed down, thank God.
Did you read Damian Cox's
my God,
his story?
Yeah. And Damian Cox, I know him, and he wrote Marty's book and stuff like that. He's been in the game a long time.
Yeah, for
I respected
really
him.
long time.
Like, why even, God?
Well, he kind of got loud on social media, too.
So did that Cicero guy. I mean, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Calm down.
He, if your neighbor is an American.
They hate us.
They hate us.
They hate us.
You know what? And I love all of Canada. And
Steve Dangle, too.
Oh, my
lost
God.
his mind. Tanks and
everyone's getting so angry.
We don't need tanks to take you over. No offense.
I don't know how the hockey game applies, though, with all this political hate towards Trump. And I get Trump came on and said some things and whatever. But
what did he say? He chirped they impeach me.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday Night Live, they chirped the boys, something like that. And Barack Obama, whenever he talked to the women's team, chirped the men's team about not having as many viewers. Who gives a fuck? That bothers you? That's why you guys are freaking out on everything?
No.
And not to mention all the media is talking to the girls' side. The women's team.
I just had a girl
and they
on my other podcast.
They don't even ask about what they did. They ask about the men. So it's all so counterproductive. All you do is ask the women about what the men are about.
I just had a
Joy
girl player on
lovely
my
Joy.
other
We
show.
love you, girly girl. Joy Dunn.
Love
your whole family.
And
Jinty just got married, I think, too, or something like that.
Yes, she did. Yeah. And she's singing songs. Jinty Rose still playing in the P-Dub.
Lovely woman.
Anyway, lovely woman.
Jinty?
You say she's great. She's the best. I just like how you said that.
Is that disrespectful?
No, it's not.
You worry about being disrespectful. I know how to. I worked out with her. We had her come in and she worked out with us. She
ran the power.
Andy was in the other side of the room watching us when we all worked out.
She ran the power play when she grew up playing with the 97s with Matthew Tkachuk and Luke Connon. I hope somebody picks up Luke Connon. Thinking about you, bro.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. He's on waivers.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Well, and if you're looking for some character, he'd be a guy who could provide some.
Is he banged up?
I don't know. I think the biggest challenge is sometimes when you view yourself a certain way. I'm not just saying this is how he views it, but I think when you view yourself a certain way, but then you go to a certain team and you're given a specific role, you just have to embrace that role. And it's not easy to do sometimes, right? When you are asked to be a fourth line guy and you got to go be a fourth line guy.
I have no idea. Tell me about it.
I was always top six.
Tell me about it,
I was
Andy.
always top six.
Tell me about being
that way. You knew who you were. You never tried to get out of who you were. There was not an option for you. You didn't even have that in your mindset.
Mm-mm.
Like, if you tried to be a different player, like an offensive player, if you tried to be someone who...
I could have done a lot more to enhance my game. Not as...
What?
Like, I could have...
Really?
Yeah. For sure.
I don't know.
No, I don't know about you.
So anyway, but I think that's the biggest challenge for a lot of...
What about Trent Frederick? Is he doing it? He's taking some heat, man.
They're paying him like he's a top 9 guy.
I know.
So
he's taking some heat up there. I love the kid.
They didn't sign him to be a fourth line guy.
Well, he did fuck up the other night. Like, I got it. Like, when Connor gets hit like that, I think we talked about it, I don't know, but he skated right past the guy that hit him, went right to the bench, knew exactly what went down. So he didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Hey, you did. What do you mean?
No, I don't think I saw that one.
Maddie, can you come in here and talk to me? Can I get somebody cool in here, please? Can I have a conversation with somebody?
How dare you talk?
The Andy and Andy show. Andy hates having conversations.
Hey, so...
You know what I'm talking about.
Listen, So that's different. He came in with expectations.
Yeah, he did.
Because he's getting paid a
Almost
certain
scored
number.
20. He scored 19.
He scored 17 and 18, I think, in
Yeah, something
back-to-back
like that, yeah.
years, right?
Yeah, fighting
So,
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know,
did,
man.
He might be hurt, dude, and he's just
He
worried.
was when he got there.
Listen,
but that was more of a high ankle. Maybe there's something going on upstairs.
I remember my last year, I was so fucked up. It was in the minors, man. I was on Suboxone. I didn't have it. I got hurt, and my shoulder wasn't there, and I wasn't fighting. And even my teammates came up to me at the end of the kind of, weeks in, like, dude, you okay? I'm like, I'm fucking nervous, man. I'm all fucked up.
Oh, Jesus.
And my shoulder's still fucked up. I remember fighting Trevor.
Take it easy.
I remember fighting Trevor Gillies, and my shoulder got popped out, and he knew it right away. I love you, Trevor. He knew it. We're in the minors. My last year, he knew I wasn't there, and I fought him anyway. And he knew I didn't have anything, and he stopped the fight. He could have beat the fuck out of me. Trevor Gillies, I love you, dude. And he's like, "You good? You good? All right." Okay. He knew my shoulder was messed up.
Yeah.
So,
well,
did that happen to you ever in high school hockey?
Yeah. Well, it happened.
Might give you
my
a little...
first fight, I think I was squirt major. First fight.
It's just, he just did me a favor, man. He could have slobbered my freaking face.
Listen, that's respect.
Yeah,
and
that's I love you, Trevor, man.
That's the code that you see among the real OGs.
You're damn right. The real OGs.
The real OGs get it.
We've been doing this for a long time.
The losers would take advantage of you.
You're right.
In that situation.
That's exactly right. Because he's a fucking real OG.
And
he respected me.
He's a real one. Hey, real ones know real ones, dude.
You would have done.
Trevor, real ones understand and know real ones. Anyway, so getting back to Quinn Hughes real quick, because what I was saying, and again, like these guys who say, fourth line guy, you just got to know what your role is to find a way
do it.
And do it.
Just do it.
So, I hope Lukey Cunnin lands somewhere. People are asking, hey, would St. Louis pick him up? It's like they just picked up this Jack Finley kid who's, a fourth line center.
Yeah.
They had to put Robbie Fabry on waivers just to make room for Robert Thomas. So you just have a lot of
you got a lot of guys on the roster right now. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you had to get rid of Matthew Joseph.
Yeah.
Alex Texier.
Yeah.
Brandon Saad last year. A lot of NHL players they've moved on from. But my only thing I'll say about Quinn Hughes, because I think it is once in a lifetime, you have to take advantage of it. You're an Olympic hero. You're doing it with your brother. Hillary Knight was also there.
Yep.
She may not have liked the Trump comments, because I knew there were some women on the team who apparently didn't. I don't know exactly who that was, but there were a few who didn't apparently. But regardless, now he's going to do the Fallon show. My only thing I'm going to say is this. Is when you get back from that, it's time to buckle down.
Buckle down, man.
It's time to get your rest.
Yep.
Take a deep breath. Let's look at the Minnesota Wild as to who they are. The Minnesota Wild, one of the most intriguing teams, if not the most intriguing team in the league for me, with the addition of Quinn Hughes. They are so dynamic with Kaprizov, with Boldy, with all these different players that they have, and they've got some injuries right now that they're missing some guys. They haven't won a playoff series since 2015.
Was that against the Blues too?
It was.
Yeah, I remember.
2015. So I'm not ready to crown anybody
for
making this trade and for being exciting, leading the league in goals scored since he got there, and he had the 11-game assist streak, and Hughes is just tearing it up. They need this guy to take this team past the first round.
But you know what?
And listen, he looked good to me last night. It's not like he's not moving around, whatever. He just, he turned the puck over a couple times. You look against Utah, he turned the puck over against Schmaltz, which you just don't see him do too often. So do your thing, and then we got to move on from it, and you got to give your attention to the Minnesota Wild and try to get this team deep into the playoffs.
And he will. And Billy Guerin created this.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, when you have superstars like that and you go win gold against Canada, they have to do things. Yeah. And you knew that coming into this because you guys were expecting about winning. Yeah. So let him do their thing.
Yeah.
Jack Hughes had to leave right after the game where he played pretty damn good against the Blues. They fly out on a jet. They land and they get a car service.
I reported that, right? That during the game that he took a
flew,
PJ from St.
boom,
Louis. And then they had a helicopter waiting for him.
Yes, get him from
that took him to Saturday Night Live into the city to get to SNL because he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get there on time. I mean, he got out of there really fast.
And they did a good job, by the way, too, in representing the country.
Let me say this about Jack Hughes. He was unbelievable in that game against St. Louis. Just dancing around everywhere. Oh, my God. You talk about a guy who's come back with so much confidence. Jack freaking Hughes.
With no sleep.
This guy, I'm waiting for him to put a full season together and be in that Hart Trophy conversation. Because I think he's had seasons where he was in the Hart Trophy conversation, but then that was derailed by injury. I want to see this guy stay healthy for a full season just to see what those numbers will look like.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Is he a 100-point guy? Is he a 110-point guy? Is he a 120-point guy? Is he a 90-point guy?
Is he hurt?
Is he a Hart Trophy guy?
Is he hurt?
That's what I want to see from New Jersey.
You got to stay healthy,
and
man.
as good as they looked the other night, then you go look at the standings and you realize
No,
they're
they're way down.
They're
not
second
making
to
playoffs.
last
Not making playoffs.
in the East.
You know, Florida's not making the playoffs.
No,
I will say it's good to see.
Hey, that's why this is it's a weird year all around. And my message to general managers across the league.
And they're listening.
Yeah. Can you make sure they have my attention?
They're listening.
Tell 'em.
All you GMs listen. He's got a message
Can
for
you tell them to listen for a second? Tell them.
Out of your mind.
Tell them for a second just to listen.
You are telling them.
No, say, can you guys gather
All
around?
y'all, listen to him now.
Hey, don't make panic decisions. This is a wacky year. It's
year.
a goofy
It
year.
is.
It's a condensed schedule. It's like, look at all these big dog teams that are out of the playoffs that would typically be in the playoffs. Look at the Winnipeg Jets who won the President's Trophy last year. This incredible goaltender they have, they're out of the playoffs. Florida, you just mentioned it. I mean, I looked at it last night. I mean, there's more teams. Jersey's another team. The Rangers are like one of the worst teams
what's
in
going
the league.
Carolina's still solid, though.
They are.
They're
But
solid.
this is it's a different year. And I think the worst thing you can do is overreact to this season. I think next year we're going to get in a more normal climate. It's not going to be a season that's interrupted by the Olympics, by Four Nations, anything like that. It's going to have a traditional all-star game. And I think you're going to see the big dog teams with the best players rise to the top.
So here's what I agree with you, but I disagree. Like if I'm Montreal, like I'm going all in. Like even in Pacific.
I didn't say don't go all in.
Well,
I'm saying don't move on from guys and overreact and make panic moves.
Okay.
Based
no one
on-
ever wants to make a panic move one way or the other.
Mhm.
But I'm saying if it is goofy, it's a goofy year. You don't have that powerhouse Florida. Tampa's a different story. They're dangerous. Carolina's certainly going to be dangerous. But if you're in the mix like at Montreal, like I'm going for it. Like I'm trying to do what I can. This is a weird year.
doesn't
Take
apply
advantage
to
of
everybody.
it. Exactly.
Look
like,
at Colorado. Look at
I'm
Dallas.
saying, even Colorado, like, probably Edmonton's going to come out of Pacific. They're going to be limping around. Didn't you play at Colorado?
You
Those guys are.
think?
Who then?
You think Edmonton? I don't even say
Are
they're that good.
The Pacific?
I mean,
Who's better than them?
Vegas, maybe. Shit, it could be Anaheim. They're in third
Maybe.
place right now,
Maybe.
and San Jose is just 4 points behind them.
Vegas is kind of goofy this year too. They go such a
And
I don't
Seattle
know.
is 1 point behind.
And
Edmonton.
Anaheim, I don't know. I
They're
just
1
feel like
point from falling into a wild card spot.
I just feel like if you find a way to slip past a couple rounds, you might be in a really good spot where teams are so fucking banged up and goofy,
100%.
and even their superstars are mad at the world because, like McKinnon, you go against him. Is he all there right? I don't know.
No,
So this would
no.
be a good time to take
So
advantage.
the teams that are in, I'm not talking to those general managers to say don't go for it. You absolutely go for it. If you feel like there's somebody
Yes.
out there that can make you better and give you a better
Hell
chance to
yeah.
win, then you
This
100%
year,
do that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay?
Panic move? Yeah. Don't make panic moves.
But if a guy's not having a great season, is what I'm saying.
It's like keep him.
If he's having an off year,
Yeah.
like because you could get burned on that.
Yeah. Are there more buyers and sellers? Like, what's the market look like right now? I don't know. All right. Oh, sorry. Is that a bad question?
No, it's
Aren't you in the
not.
mix?
It's not. I know, but a lot
Should I
of
get
people
somebody
always-
else on
a lot
here?
of
We could
people
ask them.
always ask it. I think there's always teams. The teams that are in it, the teams that think
Yeah.
they can win, they're always looking to add.
I get you.
And the teams that are outside of the playoffs, who know they're not going to win, they're always looking to, hey, maybe recoup some assets.
Can I give
for
a
some
shout
players.
out to
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
Can I give a shout out to Bryce Salvador?
Yeah, I talked to Bryce the other day too, and
Can I talk about him?
and I know you had him on your
Can I talk
pregame
about
show. Or he
You
had
don't-
you on his
You
pregame
don't even
show.
know you do it.
He called me for your number.
He's an awesome guy. Well, he texted me, and he's like, "Hey Cam, it's Sal." And I had a bunch of I interviewed Claude Julien before the game at down on Stiefel, and I did a couple other things throughout that day. So I was real busy. So he texted me a day before that, and I knew I had a bunch of stuff to go on. He goes, "Hey, it's Sal from Jersey. Hey, can you come on?" And I'm like, "Sal from Jersey? I know 1,000 of them."
So you didn't respond.
I said, "No, can't do it. I thought it was a podcast from Sal from Jersey. Can you come on and talk about the Blues and Devils and Jack Hughes and da-da-da?" And I'm like, "No, I got things to do, man. Sorry about that." And then I ignored it, and it was a while. And I look back, I'm like, he texts me back like, oh, good, Cam, man. Blah, blah, he said something. And I go, wait a minute. That's not Sal from Jersey. That's Bryce Salvador.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing TV for the Devils. Yes, I will do that. 100%. I text him back. So we did TV, and of course we got traded for each other. But I did tell a story that I've never even told this story ever on this podcast. Andy hates when I tell stories, but it's kind of weird and funny. And if you're from St. Louis, you would understand. But Lou Lamoriello had a bunch of different friends, big dog friends from the Yankees and from all over the place that would come over and hang out with Lou at South Mountain Arena. And I remember being a young kid, and we had practice, and I'm the last one in the rink. Look at Andy, hates this. I'm the last one in the rink. So I go take a shower, and there's an old man in there, and I'm giving him shampoo, and he's like asking me questions. I never asked him one question. He asked me, I go, I'm a shit kicker from St. Louis, and and I'm playing, and I'm the first one, and just bragging to this old man. And we have a conversation in the shower for 25 minutes.
Did he say I'm from St. Louis?
He just asked me questions. All he did was ask me questions. I never once, as a young kid, and I look back on this like you're an idiot, asked him, what do you do? I never did. It was all about me.
Disrespect.
So disrespectful. Had a lovely time. The next day, I get into practice, and I go to Scott Gomez. I'm like, who was that fuck? I had a lovely conversation with an old man in the shower for 25 minutes. Yeah. He goes, Cam, you don't know who that is? I go, no. He goes, that's Yogi Berra.
Oh, Yogi Berra, yeah.
I go, who's that? He's like, you're from St. Louis? You don't know Yogi Berra?
You mean
I didn't know.
Scotty Gomez knew that Yogi Berra was from St. Louis?
Yeah.
He did?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Oh, yeah.
I go, oh, cool. I shower with
I
Yogi
bet you
Berra.
if I ask Scotty Gomez right now, where's Yogi Berra from?
He would say St. Louis.
He will not know.
Text.
He'll say New York.
Why do you have to ruin my story?
It's a great story. You told that story before, but it's
I haven't.
It's one of your best stories, though, and I love that story.
But it just shows that how ignorant I am.
No,
and when you're a young kid,
understandable.
why wouldn't I? Like, there's a reason why you're in here. You're not a janitor. Why should I not ask you who you are and what you're doing? And it just.
Oh, you didn't say like what's your name? Or...
No, I thought it was all about me, and it just. I look back on that.
That's okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
You need to learn from that.
No, that's okay.
That's what you would have done. No, Andy would have done that now when he's 45 years old. I did that when I was 20.
No, I would have
big
been
difference.
I would have been like, Yogi Berra? What's up, Yogi?
Yogi, what's up? Preventing them fires in the wilderness.
He's certainly a legend. That's a great story. You've had some great ones, and that's one of my favorite ones that you tell.
What's your best story you have? Why don't you go on more? Yeah, I can't believe Chaser has.
Babcock tried to attack me.
Yeah, I'd bag him up. Try to attack me like that.
I've got some good stories, actually. Actually, a good story is Bryce Salvador.
No, we don't need to hear it. I told a minute-long story.
Yeah,
you don't need a one-up it.
I was doing a trade deadline show.
You don't need a one-up it.
In Philadelphia for the trade deadline. And he and I had a great relationship when he was playing here. And I said, hey, listen, when you're getting traded, man, you got to give me a heads up. So he called me that morning and said, I'm going to New Jersey.
Oh.
I go, who's coming the other way? He said, Cam Jansen. That's when I called you.
What'd I say?
And I broke that trade.
What'd I say?
I'm in the limo. I can't wait.
I can't wait. You know.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, baby. Anyway, that was cool to see everybody,
no, that's really cool, man. And I don't even mean to interrupt.
Matty Laughlin, too. I love you, too, man. Does the radio side. Just brings, even just seeing him, I'm like, God, just so much nostalgia. I love it. I love all you guys. I love all you guys in Jersey.
It's gotta have
Hopefully
nostalgia.
I entertained you on that little
great
pregame
uniforms,
show.
too.
Fuck yeah. The best name in the league, dude.
The Devils?
Shit.
You think it's the best name?
God, by a mile.
Oh, that far.
100%. Even when I was a kid, I'm like, the Devils? That's the baddest ass name
like
ever.
The Maple Leafs?
No.
Blackhawks?
Blackhawks is badass.
Are you offended?
I'm not offended by anything. But you at the Creep Car Racket Club, I'm sure, have a lot to say about all that stuff. Change it all, they say at the Racket Club. That's really cool.
And so what'd you guys get into? Anything else to talk about from that interview? Or?
He's like, do you want to break down? I go, no, let's just entertain. So we just told funny stuff.
Yeah.
Bullshitted for a long time.
Do you want to break down?
You want to break down both teams? Like, no, not really.
But I do like Minnesota. I'm not even sure. I think Minnesota has a real chance. They got a goaltender, too. And they got a chance to...
they do.
To go the distance. But I think it's... The only way they can do it is if they have Quinn Hughes playing at the highest level. He's completely transformed that team.
I'm sorry, but like again, watching some of these first pick overall, top 3 picks performing now in the NHL, you look and you're like, good God, let's get one of
can
these.
you believe he was drafted 7th?
Matthew Schaefer.
Oh my God!
Get out of here. Sweetest kid in the world. Like I heard nothing but unbelievable things about this kid. He's dominating. 20 goals on the season already.
How good is he going to be?
He is dominating.
He already is great. And you know
what?
What? And
I'm rooting for them, dude.
Canada made a mistake by not putting him.
I
in the
agree.
15.
People talk. They needed speed.
Well,
they needed something.
They
a puck
didn't
moving
have
defenseman.
anybody past McCarr.
No.
With any real dynamic skill set. He would have made a difference in that game.
I know. And I think a lot of people know that. Sometimes you got to have a motherfucker. I don't care. He's not experienced. Doesn't matter. He's already there, dude. And he would have made plays on the 3-on-3. Him on the 3-on-3.
And I think they know that.
Oh, I think they do too.
But it's like they made a loyal pick to Drew Doughty.
You're right.
And they
sometimes
probably didn't feel like, hey, we don't need to get the 18-year-old kid now. Much like Crosby didn't make it back when he was a rookie. He
should have.
And Matthew Schaefer will be on every Olympic team and every international team moving forward as long as he's playing in the league.
You know what's funny? Back in '98.
And I think his dad even came out and said, like, he's an 18-year-old kid. Just let him be a kid. And I don't know.
No, be a man. You're not a kid anymore. You're in National Hockey League. You're a man now. So you might as well be a man and go to the biggest event possible and be a part of it and become more of a man.
The problem was
hanging out with the best men going.
I think the problem was he was so far off the radar when the season started that even when he started having success early on, it was kind of like, yeah, okay, he's having a great rookie year, but he wasn't playing his way onto the Canadian radar. And then all of a sudden he kept playing well and kept playing well.
Figure it out.
Now all of a sudden he becomes on the Canadian radar at a much later date. But then I think collectively they were like, I don't think we need to make that move. It may be a little bit too early. And I will say this. I talked to some players about this and a couple of Hall of Famers who helped me have an opinion on this game.
That's all he gets his information from.
And I
Racket Club.
But I agree. And they were like, it's a lot of pressure for a young kid like that. Like, if he were to go there after having all the success and all the momentum he's created for himself and all the confidence he's built up for himself, say he goes there and he makes a mistake in a big game, a gold medal game, turns a puck over, semifinal game, turns a puck over. And now he's got the whole country on him. You know what I mean?
Nope.
And,
no, I don't know what you mean.
To take on. So
no, I don't.
That's what some of the pressures.
I disagree.
That's what some of the Hall of Famers were saying.
And then fine, Hall of Famers, I disagree with you. Sorry, I'm just a fourth line plug.
So putting that pressure on.
I know, and he's got no. You're with the best players in the world, and you learn from them. And you know what? If you make a mistake, so be it. Then you learn from that. So how about why is he playing all these games now? You're still going to get ripped by the Islanders fans. You turn a puck over too.
I'm just saying.
So what? Let him get that experience. Let him be around the best of the best. Let him sit by Sidney Crosby and learn how to be the man.
Listen, I don't necessarily agree
doing?
with the Hall of Famers with this one.
You sure?
And
wow.
I don't.
Wow.
I don't.
No, I don't either. I'm sorry.
But when they said it to me, yeah, it made sense. But then you watch what this guy brings to the table.
If you listen.
And what was missing from Canada's roster.
Yes. Speed on the back end. Here's another thing. You guys are so connected. Like, I listen to Matthew and Brady. I listen to those guys, man. It's interesting as hell. They are interesting. I want to know every detail about what went down. Like, they had their doors open. Everybody's hanging out they're all hanging out. They're doing this. They're making fun of each other. They're chirping each other. Brady's eating too much of the lava cake, and they chirp and they do this. They're connected. They're breaking each other. They're watching different stuff. They're going to games together. They're walking together. They're talking together. That's how you connect. And that's how you pick people's brains. Learn.
Let me say something about that, because I know we make a big deal about the Olympic Village, and you said you'd be creeping and all this stuff, where in reality it was very small. They had multiple villages. They had villages over in Cortina. They had villages there.
Hockeys are here. Boom, boom, boom.
And that was just the hockey village and speed skating and figure skating, I believe.
Yeah, just all skating.
Okay, so just the ice sports. But let me say this, though. Because I know everyone's trying to divide the men and the women from USA Hockey, but they were the ones hanging out together all the time.
That's why
the Canadian team wasn't even in the village.
No,
the women were. So why weren't the women treated with the same? Why weren't they put into
Funny
the
how it is.
hotel. How come were they not given the same respect as the men? They weren't given the option to stay at the 5-star hotel.
They couldn't afford it.
So the women and the men weren't together. The women were in the village, but the men weren't.
But yet the U.S. women and men were all hanging out the whole time. Doors open, eating together, breaking down stories, chirping, having fun. One big team. Funny how that works. One big team.
Yeah.
I love hearing that, man.
So I'm not trying to be. Listen, I don't blame Canada at all. You want to stay at the 5-star hotel, dude? I get it, dude. I wouldn't want to stay in that twin bed every day for like 2.5. That's a lot.
Depends on where you are in your career.
I'm just saying. So
You know what I mean?
if they want,
Andy doesn't want to sit in a twin bed. You'd be lounging like this. You could fit 3 Andys in that twin bed. He can't do it. He can't do it. That's funny. But it just shows you how stupid everything is.
But all I'm saying,
How stupid.
Everyone made their own decision, and I never thought twice about it. Hey, Team USA wanted to stay in the village, all
And
good.
they did.
Canada wanted to stay in the 5-star hotel,
Fine.
no problem.
But
That's
don't chirp
not
that
why they lost the game. But the men and the women, they were the ones hanging out together all the time.
They're all best buddies. They're closer than anybody else, men and women's team, with anything. The U.S. men and women were closer than anybody. But yet, the media, they just get out of here.
But Canada puts
Annoying.
so much emphasis on their hockey.
Well, what else they got?
How dare you say that?
Lacrosse.
No, they've got a lot of good.
What's their main sport up there? What?
No.
It's
I'm
lacrosse,
not talking
isn't it?
sport. I'm not talking sports. You said what else they got? As if they have nothing else.
Well, they don't.
Oil. They've got oil.
We have oil.
They got but
Hold on, time out.
hold on. Let me finish.
The hockey is at the 4th most popular sport in America.
Fine.
We have 350 million people here. Our 4th most popular sport, which is way down behind baseball, and we beat you. Like that should be a big wake up call.
You know what I'm saying?
But I would say that if you look at that lineup, I think that their lineup still has more superstars.
But Cam, the reason why you've got this, the weird analysis on television up there, and just over the top analysis and the over the top
psycho shit,
and then
freaking out.
People asking Connor McDavid, Yzerman did it.
Yeah, but I don't mind that question.
Gretzky did it.
I'm sorry.
And you know what?
I don't mind that question.
The question,
I don't mind it.
if you watch it in its
cool
entirety,
too. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
And you know what would have created a negative response from me on that question is if McDavid would have been like, although he was like, "Oh, that's really nice," so he didn't like it, but
he answered it.
He's got some Gretzky in him, dude. He just answers questions very well.
Can I say something?
And I give Connor McDavid so much credit, but I look at Austin Matthews, I look at Connor McDavid, I just wonder what their future is
in Canada.
And I love Canada.
And Brady.
Brady too.
It's more Brady and Matthew and maybe Hellybuck.
But they're making Brady answer these questions.
He answered them perfectly.
As if he's responsible for it.
But he's a man, and you're going to have to answer those questions. And you know the psychos, that's all they care about.
Mm-hmm.
They want the division. They want to let you know how horrible the United States. I get all that. And Brady's got to play it cool. How about Wayne Gretzky? Mike Commodore came out and fucking said it. And he said, I kind of believe him.
He's standing on it.
I believe him because he knows guys. And just like if me and you were like, dude, I know this fucking guy who's a big dog. I'm not going to say his name, but he told me this. I believe him.
And you know what? That's happened to me several times. So I know.
Again, it's happened to all of us.
People tell you stuff. You know it's true. And of course, people are going to deny it.
No.
You think Canada's going to confirm that?
And they do on Twitter.
Canada comes out and says
Twitter.
That's not true. Well, I want to hear from Gretzky.
I know. And he said that did they say that they had Wayne come down and the security guard said, I don't recognize this guy?
Yeah, that happened too. But that was in Italy, though.
How does that? Here's my ID. Like, how do you not figure that out? Wayne Gretzky didn't give a speech before that.
Oh, so that's what he said, right? No, I went down there, but I couldn't get through.
Sure. What the fuck is that? You don't have fucking Wayne come down and give a speech before the game?
Or read the lineup.
Or just say hey to the guys? Why?
But I wonder
why.
I got to talk to
We got to figure
some
this
people
out.
about that.
I'm hearing different stories. I
'Cause
trust
I'll
my
tell you
Commodore.
what,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I
Because I'll
trust
tell
my
you what,
Commodore.
if that were to happen,
It's embarrassing.
that's way above Doug Armstrong, and it's way above
You're 100%.
Sidney Crosby.
There it
It's
is.
way above
It's
Connor McDavid.
Political.
Those people
is what it is.
The Doug Armstrongs, the Crosbys, the McDavids, the
come on.
Benningtons, they'd open the door. They'd give them the code to
Of course
to the
they
lot.
would.
Be like, come
And
on
rightfully
in.
so. You have.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's not them. So I know we say Hockey Canada.
Weird.
It's one or two people.
You got to go farther up. Oh, boy.
Yeah, farther up. Without even knowing.
Who's in charge of Hockey Canada?
I forgot her name.
Her name?
Mhm.
What's her name?
I forgot her name. She took over during all that controversy that was going on with the World Junior players.
Did she say anything about not having Greta in there?
I think she denied it.
Okay. Just wondering.
But it's also not fair to
Christ.
point the finger at her if it's not
I didn't
true.
say
If it's not
anything.
true.
She's in charge. Isn't she the one that's up above?
She's in charge.
Isn't she the one that's above?
Yeah.
Just asking. Interesting.
So Wayne said he couldn't get through because they didn't. He didn't have a
we-
pass.
I saw a couple different things.
Mm-hmm.
I do trust my Commodore, though, on that.
Well, I
do.
think he doubled down on it.
Yeah, he did. So
What up, Mikey? What up?
Mikey was our first guest ever.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
One of our first or second. Ryan O'Reilly was the first guest ever.
Oh, yeah. He was our second one in your basement.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. My bad.
Cam,
What
talk
up?
about Policy Genius.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because I prioritize peace of mind.
That's what it is. Yeah, damn right, Andy.
Lock in your life insurance today.
Got to. You got
Are
to.
you taking care of Kate
Yes, I am.
with life insurance?
She is laying with the puppies right now with the fire going on.
Is it a
making
white? Is
chili.
this a white lie?
Excuse me?
Just a white lie.
No. She's with the puppies right now
No.
making chili.
Do you have your life insurance?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
you need it.
I know. So do you, the way you drive.
Yeah, I know. Policy Genius is an online
Andy?
insurance marketplace that allows you to compare quotes from some of the America's top insurers side by side for free.
That's it. That's all, baby.
Their licensed team helps you get what you need fast so you can get on with your life easily, find what you need, coverage amounts, prices, terms, no guesswork, just clarity. So protect the life you've built, Cam, with Policy Genius. You can see if you can find a 20-year life insurance policy starting at just $276 a year for $1 million
Easy.
in coverage.
Let's go.
Are you kidding me? Head to policygenius.com/Cam to compare life insurance quotes from top companies and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com/Cam.
Cam. You know who looked pretty good last couple games? Like Logan Mailloux. He's just such a weird year, man. God, he was bad at the beginning of the year. He was. He's trying to get his feet under him. The trade. People like Bolduc, so they're kind of curious about that trade. You get a kid that's 6'6", and he's a right-handed defenseman. Last couple games, he's playing 20 minutes now. I think he looks pretty solid. Like he looks starting to get his groove, starting to see what he could be.
No, I
a little bit.
agree. I agree.
And he's a good dude. You know him too.
Yes.
Seems like a really good guy.
Yeah.
So just want to give him a little shout out, Logan. Love you, buddy. Right on. Keep doing your thing, baby. No big deal.
No, I know. I told him I was just pumping his tires.
Pump.
You know?
Sometimes you
And
gotta
like
pump
early
tires
on,
up.
and this is what happens. Everyone,
took a beating.
Everyone gets an opinion on a player
Right
after
off.
5 games.
Right off the
And
bat.
it takes some time. And now he's got to continue to build and build on it.
Yeah.
And I think he will.
And you know, he probably sees that stuff too. Because the Blues fans, listen, we love you, but they're hardcore too.
Mhm.
And they're chirping, and we want Bolduc, and da-da-da. And I get all that.
But I
man.
liked the trade, and I
I
like
get
the
it.
premise of the
Yes,
trade. And
I
it
get
made
that.
sense.
I get it.
That's one thing I trust Doug Armstrong to do is to be able to make good deals. And I know there's a lot of talk right now about who's going to get moved and who may not get moved off of St. Louis. St. Louis is a team that a lot of people are paying attention to.
Robert Thomas' name is everywhere.
Well, I think, and like, listen, I talked about Utah on this show a few weeks ago as a team. Obviously, there would be some interest from Utah. There's a connection there. We'll see.
Because Billy
Yeah.
drafted him.
Right.
You know?
But we'll see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't want him gone, but
No.
if
Well,
listen,
we'll
it's
see.
business. We'll see
But
what
here's
happens.
what it comes down to for me. It's like sometimes, is he asking for a trade? Does he want
I
out?
know.
And those
Exactly
are the things
right.
people don't always know behind
Exactly.
the scenes.
Yep.
And if he wants a trade, if he's asking to be, and then they want to accommodate that, that's just something, that's a completely different concept, different issue. But like the Justin Falks of the world, I think those are easier ones. You know, that probably makes more sense when you look at where he's at. I look at the Dallas Stars, probably need help on the right side. If Tyler Myers isn't going to take the trade to Detroit, then I would think that maybe Detroit could have some options. And there's going to be
Is anybody
other teams
talking
too.
about Detroit right now?
Sure.
Like, do you hear that many? I hope so.
Yeah.
You know, you want them to start winning some games and
Yeah.
getting in the mix a
Yeah.
little bit, you know?
Yeah.
We kind of need that.
Yeah.
Like, get going. It's been a long time.
But they've done what they're supposed to do this year. I know
This year they
had-
have. Yeah. This
Their
year.
coach
That's what I'm
called
saying.
out their team the other day.
What'd they say? What'd he say?
He just basically said there's some guys with some jerseys on that really just aren't. They're just jerseys. They're not doing anything. So we're watching Detroit too. We're waiting for them.
That's
in
a wake-up
Buffalo.
call.
How
Buffalo too. Yep.
you
I
know,
was thinking about that too.
come playoff time. It's going to be an interesting
Montreal.
playoffs. Hey, as much as I say that it's kind of a wacky year,
It is.
because we have some new teams and new blood in the playoffs, like Anaheim, for example, and some of the big shout out to Big Q for getting 1,000 career wins, man.
He was pumped up.
Oh yeah, and he should have been.
Yeah.
And you see how he interacts with his players and just what he's meant to that team. They got good young players too. So it doesn't mean that it's bad for hockey. You know what I mean? Like, I love the fact that we're going to have some new teams and it's going to have a different look come playoff time.
Yeah.
It's not the same teams every year. You know,
Although it might be.
could be when you get down to
It might be.
when you get down to the Final Four.
Although
teams
it's
or
not going to
whatever.
be Stanley Cup because Florida's not going to be in it. But it might be a Tampa.
Well, with Florida,
It might be a Tampa, Colorado, or a Tampa, Edmonton, or a Tampa.
I think it's wide open in the East.
or
Without
Carolina.
Florida. Is this their year?
It's got to be eventually.
Yeah.
They got to win sometime here, right?
Yeah.
They've been so damn consistent. No
Yeah.
one talks about them. They brush them off every year.
Yeah.
Are they too offensive? Can they score enough? Can they not score enough? It's always been something every year, but they've always been in the mix. They've always been consistent.
Yeah.
Are they going to break through this year
Mm-hmm.
when it's goofy over there?
Yeah.
And then you fucking play against a Colorado in the Stanley Cup final. McKinnon's all fucked up. He's hurt. You know, like
Yeah.
they've been through a lot. And then
Yeah.
you win.
Yeah. No, I got
Could
you.
that happen?
I
don't
got
know.
you.
What if
so
Boston
so
figures it out?
Yeah, I know.
Can you imagine that? It's like,
Hey, they got a goaltender though. I will say.
Like, I'm
that-
sorry.
I will say about Swayman, man. I like this Jeremy Swayman dude a lot, and I know.
what if they just do? Where are they at?
What if they do what?
They figure it out. Wouldn't that be weird? All of a sudden, boom.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
No, they're in the playoffs, man. So, I don't know. There's a lot of good teams. I'm looking forward to talking with Kenny Albert on this edition, dude. I mean, this guy did an unbelievable job bringing
He did
the
a damn
Olympics
good-
into our
yep.
homes.
Damn good
He
job.
wrote a book, and so I'm looking forward to the conversation we're going to have here with
It's in his
Ken
blood.
Dog.
It's in his blood.
It is.
His uncles too all involved. Like I know his dad, but like he's got people all around his family
Mhm.
in broadcasting that
Mhm.
were fantastic.
Right.
I got some unique questions for him. I did my research on
Like
it.
what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like let's practice.
What's your favorite color? No, I got a bunch of stuff. How do you determine when you let the crowd tell the story or when you take over the moment?
Okay. That's a good one.
Is there something your father did that you consciously don't do?
He sounds like his dad. His uncle was a hell of a broadcaster
I'm saying.
too. It's in the
God
blood.
dang.
Yeah. I sat down with Gary Bettman for over an hour last week since we did
You
this
did
show.
a good job with that and got a lot of compliments.
Oh,
just so you know.
really?
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes, you did. I
Um,
got texts from a lot of people.
Really?
Yep.
And it was cool to kind of have that moment. He's very interesting.
Yeah.
Like when you get him in that environment. Like he's a good speaker, knows how to answer questions, knows how to navigate around different things. He can stick handle through different things. And I will say this beforehand, when I met with Gary, and I had met with his team a couple of times, but when I met with him specifically,
Gary?
yeah, when I met with him specifically at the event prior to in the green room,
Yeah.
that was like an hour and a half before we went on stage, and he didn't tell me. He said, ask me whatever you want. And he's like, I know you know what not to.
Yeah, he trusts you.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
that's a good trust
He said,
statement.
he goes, we didn't have to go
He's-
over it.
no,
I go, do
we're
you want to
good.
go over what we want to talk about? He goes, just ask me whatever you want.
Yeah. I could die. That guy's been in the game a long time.
Yeah.
You ask him something, he's gonna be like
Yeah.
to get out of it if he
Yeah.
needs to.
Yeah.
He's a smart man.
Yeah.
I like Gary Bettman. You know what? People in St. Louis better like him too. He's done a lot for St. Louis.
Yeah.
Sorry. He's probably gonna do a lot more too. Now that you had a good conversation with him, heard nothing but good things about that. Although you didn't bring up the podcast, which is probably good, but it's all good. But yeah, no, What's the biggest thing that you got out of him that night that you're like, oh, this is going to happen?
The television revenue things are very interesting. The valuations of teams, television, local television rights, the rights fees are just super interesting to me.
Is the NHL healthy?
Especially going through with everything we're going through right now with FanDuel and everything happening, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the local television deals that like a Montreal can bring in $75 million in television rights fees based on the English channel and the French channel.
Yeah.
And that Toronto could go up to like $55 million.
Yes.
And they just did a television deal in Canada for almost $8 billion. Yep. And now the deal is about to expire with TNT and ESPN in another year. They're at $630 million. I said to Gary during it, I go, should we expect it to double, that number to double? And he said, that's it? Yeah.
That's my boy right there.
And so
bring in the money.
Let's go. Money. He's so
helps out everybody.
And he's got his hands on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Including those negotiations.
He's in everything.
Yeah. So he didn't love the fact that the gold medal game was on at 8 a.m.
7 here.
Eastern time. You know? I mean, the viewers, they might
26 million?
Could have been double.
I know.
Could have been way more than that.
I know.
You know? So he didn't like that. He doesn't like the fact that, obviously, the NHL can't use any of those highlights.
Oh, that was brutal through the whole process. Yep.
You know, they should be able to use.
You mean our NHL guys that are performing, that are making the highlights?
That are making your Olympics and making you money?
They're making the highlights?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't use it. No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You're lucky these players care enough that they want to play for their country, just so you know.
Yeah.
Maybe some other sports, these guys will be like, fuck. These guys really busted their ass, every single one of them, including guys that already have enough money. They don't need it, any outcome, and they still did. You got a good crop of guys here in this NHL. They all bust their ass. They don't take days off. You see in other sports, guys are fucking soft as shit. They're complaining. They're hiring extra doctors, separate doctors to come down and evaluate NBA players now just to see if they're hurt or not so they don't fucking tank.
Yeah.
It's not, that mindset is not in the NHL. It's completely hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to, and that's why people look at it and they saw what was going on in the Olympics and they loved it. Yeah. Non-hockey people love it. That was the best thing for hockey. Oh, Jesus.
No, I'm with you.
Busting their ass with no teeth. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not getting paid for this.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Anyways.
Stiefel brings us the Chemistry Podcast. Kenny Albert coming your way. Love having Stiefel on board with us. Been doing great things, by the way. Saw everybody from Stiefel over there at the Gary Bettman thing. They were out there too, man. So that was
we love you guys.
Firstform.com/Chemistrick. Use our link and use it today. I've got the grape. We've got I'm about to smash
and he's going to eat today, and it's going to be this.
In about an hour.
Yep.
We've got this right here.
Yeah. First Form Energy, baby.
Okay.
Damn right. Screaming freedom.
So firstform.com/Chemistrick. Use our link and use it today.
Yep. Hell yeah, baby.
Vitamins, everything.
All of it.
Protein.
Feel good. You want to feel good all day. You got to take
You
your
didn't
stuff.
like the way I looked in that quarter zip yesterday.
No, you just don't. No, you look fine. You look fine always.
You said that.
No, you and Jamie, the contrast in your fucking shirts look goofy. You guys should have had the same shirt on.
Well, they were
right when you popped up. I go, who messed that up?
I don't know.
It was Jamie.
Was it?
I don't know.
I showed him a picture of it beforehand too. I thought they looked pretty much similar.
Not that big of a deal.
No, it's not. No one else mentioned it. Not one person.
It's not that big of a deal at all.
And the game before, we all wore different ones. Yeah. I mean, I think Scotty had a gray one on, and different people had black ones on.
It's not that big of a deal at all.
Yeah.
No, I'm just. Yeah. I can't.
No,
it's all
fine.
good.
That's fine.
It just was curious that you probably should have had the same one, but it's all good.
Yeah.
If that's what you're worried about, your day's okay.
Okay. I'm not worried about it, though.
You asked me.
Well, because you said it would look goofy.
It kind of did.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
Okay, good.
Look at me. I look like a goofball every second of the day. Don't worry about that.
Firstform.com/Chemistrick.
I got to chirp a little bit.
Sparks Hockey, baby. We had the Blue Note Cup over the weekend. You know that.
Yes.
Big shout out to all the winners. 74 teams over 37 divisions.
It's a lot.
Lots of different divisions, lots of teams. Congratulations to all the winners.
Mid-States too.
Mid-States had some controversy.
What? Oh, that goal.
Yeah,
I was watching
I didn't mean to get caught up in it.
Oh, yeah, you did a little bit. Who cares?
But, like, dude, I'm watching it, and I didn't really see the play. I mean, there's so many people there, you're hanging out, whatever.
Yeah.
But then the first video that was sent to me, well, first off, the referee immediately waves it off.
That went
Like,
bar
he's
down.
right there.
Or that went back of the bar.
Back bar and out.
All the way out.
So he's right there. He's like, no goal. Well, then he calls a too many men on the ice penalty because Chaminade players, I think they scored. They jumped over the boards to celebrate. So he calls a too many men on the ice penalty. The game stops. So somebody's going in the box, and then now the referees, they gather. Out of nowhere, they skate behind the goal. Somebody's behind there. I guess there was a goal judge.
And they showed like a clip of it?
No. He just asked the goal judge, and the goal judge said it went in, so then they
cool.
changed the call.
Perfect.
So I'm like, well, the first replay that was sent to me, it looked like it hit the crossbar from that angle.
Okay, but the one
But
I
then,
saw.
who knew there were more angles
Bang.
than Hockey Night in Canada?
Beautiful shot.
for this high school game.
Yes.
So then the second, third, fourth, fifth, every other angle that was coming in, well, it showed it obviously went in. So at the end of the day, they got it right. It was a little goofy how they got there to get it right by waving it off and then calling the penalty.
It's okay.
But the referees did a really good job on the ice to come together, keep their composure, then go get the call. And the fact that it went in, I'm glad that it was a good goal and they didn't say, hey, okay, good goal, now they win, and the puck never went in. That would have been tough to swallow.
That went tough, yeah.
So,
you see it. You go on Twitter and you see that you
and
scored a goal.
Chaminade was the better team the entire game. They deserved to win. They had the better of the chances. They were the more dangerous team. They were badly outplaying Desmet. It was a great comeback by Desmet because Chaminade had a 2-0 lead entering the third period. Desmet tied it. Desmet took the lead 3-2. Chaminade ties it. So big shout out to Bobby Gassoff.
Yes. Montgomery.
And J.P. Montgomery, Jim Montgomery's son.
And
you also had on that team, Colton Rubis was in
Bobby Plager's grandson.
Oh, my God.
Love you all so much.
Jacob.
We're all just a big
How
family
are
out
you
here.
a senior in high school,
I
Jacob?
know you're
Are
just
you
little
kidding
Jacob.
me?
Little Jacob.
I remember when he was
Now he's a man.
4 years old.
I know.
And Bobby would be like,
Oh, I know.
hey, Jacob, come here. Who's number blah, blah, blah? Who's number this? He knew everybody's name. And
It makes me smile. It does.
Yeah.
It does. We love all you
big
guys.
shout out
Congratulations.
Jacob Briggs, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Sweet family.
Chaminade, all y'all, first mid-stage title ever. They've been to 5 championship, the final 5 times in their existence, and they had never won before.
No shit.
Yeah, so they win their first
You went
one.
to all those players back in the day too?
Well, you say that, but they weren't all there at the same time, and they were young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all
Yeah.
left after the sophomore year and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I get you.
So, you know what I
It
mean?
makes sense. Yep.
It's not like
And
they had-
Desmet was really good before this. They won a couple times in a row.
Yeah, Desmet had won 3 in a row.
3 in a row.
So it was time for somebody else.
Yep, that's good.
So, and great run by Desmet. They got to the final 4 years in a row.
I
Good
like
shout
it.
out. They all had their skates sharpened with the Sparks.
That's what it is, baby.
I'm guessing. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think?
Well, there was certainly one there.
What a shot by that kid, Gio, who shot the puck, who had got the game-winning goal.
It was awesome.
Great shot right under the bar. Sparks Hockey, baby. Use our link. Use our promo code CAMASTRIC. It's going to save you more money than Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Press a
baby.
button.
Yeah.
Good to go.
So Sparks Hockey, get your skates sharpened. Don't go to who.
Don't go to Seth because bad things will happen.
Oh my God. It's
Bad
so true.
things will happen.
So true. Blue Note Roofing.
Oh, yeah. What's
David
up,
Novak,
Davey
baby.
boy?
314-920-5713.
He was at the game the other night.
He's at the game every night.
Every night. Works his ass off, goes to the games.
And then he's
Supports the
back
Blues.
up and he's doing it again.
Back up doing it again.
Last night I was driving home from the airport after my a business trip, and sleet was coming down, like heavy sleet. Did you know that?
Yes.
I'm surprised you weren't all over that.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Oh,
it wasn't
cars
that
big. Cars were
It
sliding.
wasn't that big of a deal.
So be careful on that roof today. Everybody over there at Blue Note Roofing. David Novak's the man.
It's 50 degrees out right now. You're
wind, hail damage, if you have any of
anything.
that. Too.
Yeah, God, yeah. Well, there's going to be some things happening.
Gutters,
Wait.
roofing.
Just so everybody knows. Things are going to happen here in St. Louis in the next couple of weeks.
Like what?
Hardcore
Are
weather.
you positive?
Hardcore weather. In the next month and a half, we're going to see some hardcore weather.
Okay.
So just prepare for it.
Okay.
And Dave will take care of you. Things are going to happen. Just be prepared.
Roofing,
Siding,
soffit, fascia.
fascia, all that. All that.
But they don't do windows. We got a window guy for you coming up very, very soon.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have a major announcement.
We got a couple things coming up.
Yes, we do.
Andy and I are taking it to the next level, baby. Let's go. We still need a social media guy.
Yes,
I've
we
been
do.
getting reached out.
Hey, somebody
by
reached out to me
a lot of
about it.
people.
Will you reach out to me again? I can't find your
Yeah.
email.
keep reaching out. We need a social media guy, and we certainly need help. We
need someone who's going to post and post and post and post.
Yeah, I got some texts.
We're
going to have a couple meetings here, Andy, with these cats. Hell
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
If Andy has time.
No, we got time.
Absolutely.
Big announcement today. I got to give a shout out to our girl, Angie Hess.
Angie, what's up, girl? Let's go.
Spas and more, baby. I always wanted a hot tub. I thought all my friends who had hot tubs when I was a kid, I thought they were just rich. If you had a hot tub, you were rich.
Well, they're a nice item to have in your house.
I'm getting a nice one.
You know what I mean?
From Spas.
Like if you want the best of the best, Spas and More has it.
Yeah.
And Angie will take care of you. I know she's a big hockey fan too. What's up, girl?
All right,
we'll be seeing her this weekend.
More. 3-generation family-owned and operated business, 2 locations. Their owner, Michael Leahy. What up, Michael? Give him a shout out.
Big Mikey, what up, baby? Let's go.
He's worked with Master Spas since 1996.
Yes.
And has only ever carried, sold, and serviced Master Spas products, which is top of the line.
Damn right it is.
Spas and More, baby. They service 4-hour radius from all their locations, so check that out. Largest and only true American-made manufacturer. No secondary factories in other countries. They don't have any of that. Sometimes they say American-made, but it's secondary factories. They don't have
From
that.
China.
Maybe. Where?
China.
Master Spas, not owned by a financial institution or corporate conglomerate. Trusted, reputable manufacturer with partnerships spreading across all forms of athletes, influencers, and families.
Listen, you just go to Spas and More. Look them up online. Very, very easy. Pick out what you want, and they will take care of you.
Yeah.
I've seen these guys put in pools to spas to saunas in houses where I would do videos with them, and I show exactly how they do it. It's easy. It just seems like it's a very difficult thing to do because they have to put this in a crane, go over the house, boom. So you'll see what you're talking about. But it's easy as hell.
The near zero EMF infrared saunas.
They got everything. That's what I got Kate and her mom and dad one.
Cold plunge spas.
Yes.
And they got those therapy spas too.
Yes.
The Michael Phelps hot tub line.
That's the big dog right there. That's where it's a pool / get a
they
workout
have
in.
the swim spas.
They get all that stuff.
Yeah. But the Michael Phelps hot tub line is unbelievable as well. So check it out, Spas and More. Ask for Angie Hess, and she'll get you taken care of. We put the in spa.
That's it, baby. Spas and More. Check them out. We love all you guys.
Yes, we
check
do.
out their social media too. I do a lot of stuff with them, so we'll be on social media if you want to see what they got going. They will hook you up.
Yeah.
God dang.
All right. New sponsor, Easy Tiger, baby. Ken, we got a cannabis company coming on board with us.
Oh, good.
Easy Tiger.
God dang.
High-end cannabis brand built for people who appreciate top-shelf quality. Now, Easy Tiger, you may have heard of them from Arizona, but they're going to be nationwide.
Let's go.
So, when you see that Easy Tiger logo, that Easy Tiger brand, you know that
I know my people in St. Louis are going to be buying that.
Oh, my God. So, they're born in Arizona, built with intention, expanding fast.
Let's go.
They'll be in a store near you very, very soon. And they're with us now on the Chemistry Podcast.
Go.
So tell them, welcome
Get
aboard.
that mind right, baby. Welcome aboard. We love you guys.
Easy
Hook me up, baby.
Easy Tiger's about confidence, control, and elevated experiences.
That's it. Feel good. Feel good.
All their flowers, top shelf, hand selected, high terpene.
That's what I want.
High potency.
That's what I want.
Grown
I'm an
for
animal.
Flavor, smooth smoke.
But you don't have to have high
effects.
potency, just so you know.
No,
you don't have to. Like, you could pick and choose what you want. It's all good.
Clean, quality, you can see, smell, and feel.
Easy to smoke, easy to take.
If you're into real connoisseur flower, flavored forward, smooth, heavy hitting, Easy Tiger's built for you.
I want some.
They've got great gear too. We're gonna have some of their merchandise.
Let's go. I'll wear it all.
Designed
that
to
shit.
look good on and off
Damn
the
right.
ice, baby.
Yeah, let's go.
Their merch is actually fire, clean, high end, not your typical cannabis brand stuff.
No,
where it's like,
yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. Yeah,
it's not like that.
Good.
So it started in Arizona, but expanding fast, like I said. Easy Tiger, baby. So check them out. EasyTiger.com. You can find that online. But again, they're going to be expanding nationwide very, very soon.
Cool. Let's go. We love you guys.
It out to you. So welcome aboard Easy Tiger. Welcome aboard Spas and More. Everybody with both companies, man. We're low. Support our sponsors.
We got things.
Too,
you got to support our sponsors. Keep this thing going. We've been going 6 years every single week. Never missed a beat. Never missed an interview. Never had to do anything.
No.
Maybe had to
Move
delay
stuff to
for a
different
day.
here and
So
there.
what? We've been pretty consistent for 6 years straight.
Easy
With-
Tiger.
yeah.
Kenny Albert, baby. Up
Kenny
next
Albert.
on the
Love
Cam
you
and
guys.
Strick
Let's go.
podcast. The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by First Form, baby. Use our link and do it today. www.firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein, check out the apparel, eat those bars, and drink those energy drinks. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview. I tell people I played in the game. I got so pissed.
Look at those jerseys. I'm trying to see what those are. Oh, it's you guys.
Oh, the Cam and Strick, baby. Andy wanted his
There you
neck to
go.
be a lot bigger like mine, but it's not realistic, so we made it skinny again.
I'm wearing the C. Hey, but I've got the white one. My older brother would steal it and wear it. And one day I still have it to this day. He spilled hot chocolate all over it, and the stain never came out. So anyway,
There
it's
you
good.
go.
Good story.
Hey, thanks.
Hey, we just hit record and go,
Yeah.
man. We're not wasting your time because you're
Did you
the
sleep
busiest
last
guy
night,
in the world.
Kenny? Did you get some sleep?
I'm almost all the way back sleep-wise. I've gone to sleep at like 10 o'clock the last 4 nights, earlier than ever, but I'm kind of getting there. I have to work tonight, so we'll try and push through.
Are you you take naps like the players do? Like you?
Usually not, but I have an early flight tomorrow and a game in Minnesota, so I will definitely be taking a nap tomorrow.
Yeah.
Early flight. So when you're
Jeez.
doing the TNT stuff, you got to. Do you fly with the team when you're doing the Rangers games or no?
I do, as long as I'm going, if I'm not going somewhere else. If I'm going home or if I'm home going with them, I do. But
Okay, so-
sometimes I'm coming from somewhere else. So
Kenny, you've got to be on cloud nine right now. Like, how much are you running on adrenaline
Yeah.
when you do a moment like that you know is big? Even though I'm just curious, like, what the feeling is like in the moment, if you can quite grab a hold of how big it is, how long does that carry you? I mean, you could be as tired as your body could be run down, but that's going to give you the energy you need.
I'll tell you what, for the entire 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks there, it was 24 games in 18 days. And I think the adrenaline does carry you through. We had 7 doubleheaders, men's games, women's games. So I got there on February 3rd. We went to some practices on the 3rd and the 4th, and the first game was the 5th. So it was pretty quick. The first women's game was on the 5th. We had the next day off, the 6th, and then worked every day straight through.
Oh, my God.
So it was, like I said, 24 games in 18 days. No dinners once we started because we were working every night. The games were at 9 o'clock at night, 9:10. So 14 straight days, we had a 9:10 game. So it was like Groundhog Day. We would go to the rink at like 1 o'clock on the doubleheader days, do a 4:40 game, a 9:10 game, have a coach meeting in between, grab food at the rink, get back at like 12:30, 12:45 a.m. And then I would usually do about an hour worth of work for the next day because you wanted to get ahead because there wasn't that much time. Go to sleep about 2, wake up at 9, 9:30, sometimes 8:30, grab breakfast, do more work, and then it was the same thing all over again. I was talking to Mike Sullivan. He said when they played the games at 9:10, which every U.S. men's game until the gold medal game was at 9:10 at night, they wouldn't go to sleep till 4 a.m. So, I don't know if the people back home realize the difference in the schedule, compared to an NHL team, for example. The coaches weren't staying in the same place as the players, so they weren't traveling to games together. They weren't traveling to practices together. The coaches couldn't really talk to the team after the game, any game at the Olympics, because the players would go through the mix zone and talk to the media for about 20 minutes or a half hour. But half the team that didn't have to do that were showered already. By the time the guys got back, half the team's gone. So it was a lot different than what we're all used to from the NHL.
So when the 4 o'clock game and the 9 o'clock game, and then you said you had that team meeting. What's that team meeting all about? Are they like, okay, Kenny, we need you to be better at this? I didn't like your call last night.
Well, no, the meeting I referred to were meetings with coaches.
Meeting.
Oh, okay.
For the U.S. and Canada, for the U.S. and Canada games, but we did have production meetings. We had a Zoom. We did have a Zoom with some of the production folks who were back in Connecticut, and it was more to go over the storylines and the graphics, stuff like that.
Yeah, because you're doing women's games too, right? I mean, how come I mean, I love the fact that you're doing every game. And I even like said to myself a couple times, because you're doing back-to-back games. I mean, I watched every game. I love this Peacock app, by the way, because if I couldn't watch it live, I could go through and watch 2 games in one night.
Yeah.
And sometimes those would even be different broadcasters. Actually, you'd have like these guys from like Great Britain or something like that from the UK who are actually calling some of those games on Peacock. I didn't know what was going on. I was so confused. But should they have brought over more broadcast crews? Like, were you okay with it? Was it too much of a workload, or you were fine with it?
No, I was totally fine with it. It's a great experience. I think at one point there were 28 games on my schedule before we started, and then they wound up shifting some things around, and one of the games was canceled when the Finland women's team got the norovirus, and they canceled that game against Canada. So I'll give you a little bit of the history. So the first time I ever went was 2002 as a last-minute replacement for Doc Emmerich. He had to pull out about a week before, couldn't go to Salt Lake City, so I was one of the 2 play-by-play announcers there, along with Gary Thorne in 2002. Then in 06, 10, and 14, it was Doc on the number 1 crew, and then I was there, and there were also some other play-by-play announcers. Dave Strader was there one year, and a couple of others. John Walton was there in 2018, Gord Miller. So the years that I was working behind Doc as the number 2 play-by-play announcer, he did a bulk of the USA women's and men's games, and then I would get some of the Canada games and some of the games involving other countries. And then in 2018, when he didn't go and I was part of the main crew, I took over the duties handling most of the USA games. So this year, the 24 games I worked, 13 of them were US between the men and the women. There were 7 women's US games, 6 men's. So that was 13 out of the 24. And then I did a bunch of Canada games and a couple of other games here and there. We had 2 other crews in Stamford, Connecticut with NBC. Brendan Burke and Chris Fosters were the other play-by-play announcers. Anson Carter and TJ Oshie were the analysts. Yep. So they did a lot of games. I'm not sure the exact number. Not as many as we did in person in Milan, but we did have 2 other crews in Stamford. NBC in recent years, starting with the COVID years, they have a beautiful facility in Connecticut. So a lot of the Olympic production folks and announcers stay back in the U.S. and work remotely. When you referred to some of the other announcers, Andy, on the Peacock telecasts, that's a world feed. So there's an actual broadcast network called OBS, the Olympic Broadcast System, and they hire their own announcers. So some of the games that weren't worked by our crew in Milan or the other 2 in Stamford, that's when you would have heard the other announcers, the world feed.
Yeah. Where were you staying? So you didn't stay, obviously, in the Village. Are you at the same hotel as the coaches? And you never got to go out and I guess you had an off day. But so you weren't like hitting up restaurants and hitting the town and enjoying a little vacation. This was purely work for you because you had to leave right away. All of a sudden, this guy's on TNT the next night in Los Angeles.
So I did get to explore a little bit. My wife came over for about 11 days in the middle. We didn't have any dinners because, like I said, I was working. But she had some without me with some other folks. But I had the 7 doubleheaders, but I did have about 10 days where I only had the 1 game at night at 9:00. So we did get to wander a little bit and do some sightseeing and have a couple of lunches. And the Duomo, the big church in the middle of Milan, that's sort of that's where everybody goes and congregates. Mm-hmm. The Duomo's in the middle. There's a large area where people can take pictures and just look around at everything. There was a big Olympic superstore there. The Today Show set was there, but also restaurants, stores, some high-end stores within about a 10-block radius, I guess, of the Duomo. So that's where you would go when you had some downtime.
I got
grab lunch, do a little sightseeing. The hotel we stayed at was not where the coaches were. Very nice hotel to the west side, on the west side of Milan. So for us, it was about 30 minutes to get to the main hockey arena, 15 to the secondary arena where a lot of the women's games were played. But at our hotel, it was mostly NBC folks, not just the hockey crew, but we'd see Scott Hamilton and Johnny Weir, Tara Lipinski, the folks handling figure skating, some of the NBC News folks, Peter Alexander, for example, and everybody would be at breakfast in the morning. It was like a college dorm, everybody getting together. Mary Carrillo, Andrea Joyce. So it was a lot of fun seeing some of those people who we would not normally be around.
I love it.
I love it too. So were you surprised on how everything went down as far as U.S. and Canada playing and how that game went down? I mean, it's such a stressful game. I know it was at 7 o'clock in the morning. We were all up watching it. I mean, the bars were open here. It was chaos. People were drinking very, very early in the morning. Like, were you surprised by the ending of that game and how it all went down?
So I'll take you guys back. Leading up to the Olympics, on the women's side, everybody knew it was going to be the U.S. and Canada in the gold medal game, barring a major, major upset. They've played in 7 of the 8 gold medal games at the Olympics. But on the men's side, obviously a lot of excitement. First time since Sochi in 2014 with the NHL players. So I think the way everyone looked at it around the hockey world, right, was that USA and Canada had a great shot to get to the gold medal game. But you also had Sweden and Finland, which were filled with NHL players. Sweden, it was all 25. Finland, it was 24 out of 25 current NHL players. But then, some of these other countries, Slovakia, Czechia, Germany, with 7 or 8 NHL players on those teams. And obviously Germany had Leon Draisaitl and Tim Stützle. Some of the other countries, not as many prominent players. But then the way it was set up, the 3 groups, the 3 first place teams automatically get a bye into the quarterfinal and the best second place team. So on the first day, the first men's game we called, Slovakia upset Finland. And I remember Eddie Olczyk said on the broadcast, this might throw some things off. We'll see how it plays out. And it did, because Slovakia and Finland and Sweden were all in the same group. So as it turned out, Sweden then beat Finland. And then in the last game between Slovakia and Sweden, a guy that, you guys are very familiar with, Dvorsky, scores that huge goal in a 5-3 loss for Slovakia. But what that did, it was the goal differential tiebreaker.
Yeah.
That goal gave Slovakia the edge and put them in first place in the group. And it meant that Finland finished second and Sweden finished third. So Sweden had to play that extra game. So that goal by Dvorsky really, muddled the waters, because otherwise the standings in that group would have been a lot different. Yeah. So Sweden would have won the group if it had been a 3-way tie in the goal differential due to the other tiebreakers. So Finland winds up getting the bye, the best second place team. Sweden has to play that extra game, and that opened it up for Slovakia to get to the semifinal round. The U.S. actually had an easier game in the semis than in the quarters, right? They played Sweden in the quarters, went to overtime, and then pretty easy win over Slovakia in the semifinals. So that first game, Slovakia, Finland, and then the Dvorsky goal kind of, had a lot to do with the matchups down the stretch.
It's crazy.
So Canada, also, they're losing in the quarters, right? 3-2 in the final 4 minutes. Suzuki scores the goal. Marner wins it in overtime. But how close were both the U.S. and Canada to losing in the quarterfinals? Both their games went to overtime.
I know.
They wound up getting to the gold medal game, which obviously the entire hockey world, aside from those other countries that thought they had a chance, that everybody had hoped for. And it was really an amazing day. I mean, it was too bad that Sidney Crosby didn't play. I think everybody in the hockey world, would have liked to have seen him play in that game. But, going into it, you had the Crosby injury situation. You had a couple of other guys on Canada banged up. They had some illness going through their team. But, how about the second and third period from Canada? They dominated the second period and they were strong in the third. And, I think back to the breakaways that Hellybuck stopped, right? McDavid and Celebrini, and then the Taves opportunity and McKinnon. Jack Hughes scored the overtime goal, and, he's the hero, but they don't win that game without the heroics of Connor Hellybuck.
No,
I know. Agree. And, you talk to some Hockey Canada people, I mean, they still can't believe they lost that game. I mean, they had so many opportunities, empty nets, obviously, McKinnon missing. McDavid kind of skated him into no man's land, himself into no man's land, and just got so in tight with the goaltender. Celebrini had a breakaway. He shot from almost the top of the circles right on the ice. So as great as Hellybuck was, I think some people are looking at it and being like, listen, we had so many opportunities that they didn't take advantage of. You know, it's interesting you brought up Zach Emmerich, because we've had him on. He told us that story when he didn't do I think and he told us his dog died.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's why he didn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like when you do these games, you know all these NHL players, and it's a tournament like this, you're seeing them every single day. Are you preparing as much? Does it require as much preparation as an NHL game would require? Or are you just ready to go basically because you just saw them play the day before? You're basically doing every game for all of these teams.
Right. The U.S. on the men's side, the U.S., Canada, Sweden, and Finland, they're easy. It's all NHL players. You know, the one difference is in the NHL, we're used to 2 or 3 Swedes or Finns on every team, right? It is a little jarring as a broadcaster when you first look at the roster and it's all Finns, and you look at the roster and it's all Swedes, because you kind of have to reprogram your brain. Most of them are wearing the same numbers that they do in the NHL, but it is a little different when they're all on one team, but you pick up on it pretty quickly. But the harder games are the games involving, the Denmarks, the Switzerlands, the Latvias that don't have as many NHL players, especially if 2 of them are playing each other. If it's the U.S. against one of them, you have the U.S. down cold, or Canada. But when it's 2 of the others playing, and on the women's side, I know the U.S. and Canadian teams very well from past Olympics, and you pick it up really quick. But if it's a Sweden-Finland women's game, or Germany or Switzerland, for example, I'm not as familiar with those players. So those games are probably the more challenging. And with the Groundhog Day feel, where it's 2 games in a row for like 5 straight days. So that's a lot of teams within a short span. So, but it's great. I mean, I wouldn't trade it in for anything. Fortunate to have the opportunity. But getting back to the original question, the games involving the NHL players are a lot easier as far as the prep.
You've worked with so many different analysts too. I thought Eddie O was on top of his game during this tournament too. I mean, he was seeing things that I wasn't even 100% sure, and then he'd be right when I see the replay. If it was a double post or some of the other calls that he made right on the spot, man, he was really, really good. Who have you worked with the most? I hate to ask you who your favorite analyst is that you've worked with, but I mean, you've worked with some real talented ones. Well, where do you put Olczyk among the guys you've worked with?
Oh, among hockey guys, he's right up there at the top. His eyesight, and you referenced this, Andy, even working NHL games with him for the last 10 or 12 years, his eyesight must be unbelievable, because he'll see deflections, he'll see things happen that nobody else sees. I thought Eddie and Brian Boucher in the gold medal game had their best games ever as a broadcaster. They were just so sharp, so on top of it. You mentioned the double post in one of the games, but they didn't miss a thing. And it was so much fun, to work with them when they were at such a high level. And we had Catherine Tappan and Mike Tirico, who do an unbelievable job.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the women's side, AJ Malesko, Jen Botterill, all tremendous. I've worked with over 250 color analysts, believe it or not, in various sports. So I try not to rank them, but I've worked with some of them for 10 or 15 years or 20 years, and some of them 1 game. And it's a lot of fun to work with the various analysts. Dave Maloney, who's my partner on the Rangers, we've worked 21 years together, 20 on radio, 1 on TV. So he's probably, the record holder as far as longevity. Eddie, I've worked on and off with for 10 or 12 years, like I said, but for the last 5 together just about every week on the TNT games. But I've worked with, in hockey, so many other greats. Joe Micheletti, one of my all-time favorites, who you guys know very well.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Had the fortune to work with Joe for a long time. And countless others. I worked not that many games, but I got to work 5 or 6 games with JD, with John Davidson, who was the best ever in hockey. And on the football side, I worked with Moose Johnston and Tony Siragusa for 10 years. I've worked with some other Hall of Famers, Rondé Barber, Anthony Munoz, my current partner, Jonathan Vilma. I've worked with Walt Clyde Frazier in basketball. Another St. Louis tie. Got to work about 20 or 30 games with the great Tim McCarver, the greatest of all time, greatest of all time in baseball. So I've been really lucky to work with a lot of tremendous analysts in different sports.
Is there something you know, I know how close you were with your dad. I know he's traveling all the time, probably when you were young, but you probably listened to him. Is there anything that he did that you're like consciously not going to adapt as a son? Like, is there something he did you're like, you know, I'm going to stay away from it and I'm going to do my own thing?
Well, probably his catchphrase in basketball, yes, when a big basket was scored.
Yes.
You know, that's his thing. So nobody else tries to emulate that. But it was such a great, you know, when I think back, the memories traveling around and how much I learned tagging along, going to Rangers games, Knicks games. He did the local news at the NBC affiliate, the sports on the local news. So it just opened my eyes at an early age. When I was 5 or 6, my parents gave me a tape recorder for my birthday, and I started announcing games in my room off the television into the tape recorder. When I was old enough, I would bring it to Madison Square Garden, Shea Stadium. And then really one of the biggest breaks was in high school when I was in 10th grade. A local cable station came to my school to film a girls' basketball game, and I was there to cover the game for the newspaper, and they didn't have any announcers, so I volunteered. And they clipped a microphone on my shirt, and I announced that game, and then I spoke to the producer the next day, and he gave me the opportunity over the next 3 years to work 75 or 100 high school sporting events all over Long Island, where I lived at the time. Basketball, baseball, football, hockey, soccer, lacrosse. And I would bring friends along as the color analyst, and it was such a great head start. Nowadays, there are programs for kids that age. In high school, there are summer camps for broadcasting. Back then, those didn't exist. So I had a 3-year head start. Went to college at NYU, where we had Division III, some really good basketball teams. So my friends and I called those games on the radio. I actually played club hockey, very low level guys.
We want some highlights. We need highlights,
Send
Kenny.
me some highlights. We're going to break
in
it
high
down.
school on the club team, and then my freshman year, and Cam, I know you're familiar with the area, so we played at a place called Sky Rink. It was on the 16th floor of a building in Manhattan,
Oh my
which
God.
actually moved to Chelsea Piers, which you've probably been to at times during your time here in the East. But we played at the original Sky Rink, and I didn't score many goals, but I scored the first goal in the history of the NYU Hockey Club. And I also, believe it or not, we figured this out many, many years later, played against John Cooper, who was at Hofstra on Long Island. We actually played club hockey against each other back in the late 1980s. And then from there, I was very fortunate, sent a bunch of tapes around and started my career in the American Hockey League. I got hired to do the radio broadcast for the Baltimore Skipjacks. They were the Washington Capitals affiliate. This was 1990. And I was 22 at the time. And we had a 26 or 27-year-old assistant coach who was my roommate on the road for 2 years. And his name is Barry Trotz.
Oh my God.
We were together. I love that reaction from both of you. So we were together in Baltimore for 2 years, and Washington acquired a veteran defenseman that year as depth, and they wound up sending him down for half the season. So on the same bus, I was up front with the trainers. Barry Trotz was one of the assistant coaches, and Joel Quenneville was one of our defensemen for half the season.
I love it. I love it.
So,
I love it.
it's hard to
The
believe
knowledge. Pick their
it's hard to
brain.
believe that, two of the top, at one time, it was 2 of the top 3 winningest coaches in NHL history.
Yeah.
Were part of that team with the Baltimore Skipjacks, where I first worked in 1990.
So
Jeez,
funny.
you
We
guys are all
knew
connected.
Coop so well here in San.
Yeah.
We played men's league hockey against.
Yeah.
We were in the same league. We played against him all the time. It's so funny, man.
He did.
Heard from him the other day. Actually, also his dad just passed away, so we're
Yeah.
thinking about Coop. I
Yeah.
forgot to mention that on the intro.
Absolutely.
Hey, listen. So Joe Buck talks about this publicly, and you just laid out everything you did. I mean, to get to where you are today, people think, okay, well, your dad's Marv Albert, so you just have it easy, and you're just it's nepotism. You just get the job. But you did all these high school games. You did all these minor league games.
Grinded it.
So how much was that in your head? Listen, I want to prove a name for myself. I want to be my own person. I want people to look at me as Kenny Albert, which you've done.
Yeah.
You're now at the highest level of your profession in terms of what you've been able to accomplish. But was that something you thought about as a young broadcaster, or you just didn't put too much thought into it?
Probably not much when I was really young. I was just having fun going to these games and covering the high school games for the newspaper, and then for the cable station, but I just wanted to get as much experience as possible. I loved it. I enjoyed getting the reps. In college, I had a bunch of different opportunities, some internships. Andy, you probably know Howie Rose, the longtime voice of the Islanders and the Mets. He's still doing baseball. I was his associate producer on a baseball pregame show at the Mets when I was in college. I wound up filling in on some Islanders radio pregame shows and had the opportunity to fill in on a couple of games here and there on play-by-play. So I just love doing it. I wanted to soak it in and get as much experience as possible. But when I got the job in Baltimore, at that point I was 22, 23 years old, and I wound up there for 2 years and then in Washington for 3 years with the Capitals. And I felt at that time that it was important to sort of build up my own identity in a different city. And I got the opportunity to do that down in Baltimore and Washington. And, you mentioned Joe Buck. We were so fortunate. We were all in the right place at the right time. 4 young play-by-play announcers, Joe, Tom Brenneman, Kevin Harlan, and myself, who all had fathers in the business, but we all had that opportunity to learn at such a young age. And I compare it to doctors and lawyers and teachers and so many other professions where they hang around their parents' jobs and they learn, they soak it all in. And the 4 of us, I first met Joe at the initial auditions with Fox Sports back in '94. And we were all so lucky to get hired. Rupert Murdoch had made this crazy bid to get the NFC package away from CBS at the time. And Joe's obviously had a Hall of Fame career, one of the best of all time. And I'm just proud that we were all part of that first class at Fox back in '94.
Wow.
Well, of all the games in all the sports, what's the most entertaining game you've ever been a part of to where you have no skin in the game? And you're like, this is unbelievable. What was it?
That's a great question. I think, I kind of have a list in my mind of the games that I've called in the various sports, the top moments, and the Olympic gold medal games are certainly right up there. I've been fortunate enough to call 3 Stanley Cup finals on the TV side, another 7 or 8 on radio. I get asked a lot about the Bautista home run up in Toronto in 2015. I was on that call. Just last year, the Ovechkin 895th goal with Eddie and Bush, we had the opportunity to work that game. So there have been a lot of memorable games, but as far as the most entertaining, there was a football playoff game I worked between San Francisco and New Orleans in 2012. 4 touchdowns in the last 4 minutes. It was just back and forth, crazy action. I worked a Sugar Bowl one time with Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw as my color analyst, so that was a lot of fun. In hockey, it's been thousands of games at this point, so it's hard to pick out specific games aside from some of the ones I just mentioned, the Stanley Cup Finals, the Ovechkin record-breaking game. I remember the Colorado-Edmonton series in 22, the conference final. That had some crazy games, a lot of scoring. A Baltimore Skipjacks game, we had a theme song that would play every time the team scored. And I'm not going to sing it for you, but I could say we, because I was a team employee, scored 9 goals in the first period against the Hershey Bears. So that was pretty memorable. I worked the Patriots Raiders game about 4 years ago with that crazy play at the end of the game, the laterals. It was a tie game, and they started lateraling it, and Chandler Jones intercepted it and ran it back for a touchdown. I worked the game when Terrell Owens stomped on the Cowboys star.
Yes.
I worked the game when Michael Vick had an iconic 45-yard overtime touchdown run in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So a lot of moments like that definitely stand out.
Wow.
Awesome.
What's on your bucket list? What haven't you called that you would love to call?
Yeah, it's a great question. I've been so lucky to call a number of big events, the 7 Winter Olympics, 3 Stanley Cup Finals, like I mentioned, baseball playoffs, and basketball playoffs. I did one Super Bowl. It was the world feed, the international feed, so it wasn't on in the U.S. But for a play-by-play broadcaster, that would certainly be the bucket list item, doing a Super Bowl that's on in the United States. I've been lucky enough to do playoff games in the NFL and the one Super Bowl internationally, like I mentioned. There's a couple of other sports that I've worked here and there, aside from the Big Four, as I like to call it. I did some Summer Olympic volleyball, water polo, track and field, those are always challenging because they're not familiar to me. So a lot of research and learn the history and the rules and the athletes. So, those are definitely challenging. I've done some boxing where I learned it's great to get your best information out early because it could end in the first round. So if you have some good notes and nuggets, you want to get.
Don't wait.
What about UFC?
I've never done UFC, although my sideline reporter on football, Megan O'Leary, does a terrific job. She's one of the sideline reporters on UFC. The one sport that I did once back in my mid-20s when I was working in Washington with the Capitals, they had us do a lot of ACC conference, college sports, basketball, football, volleyball a couple of times. I was once assigned to college wrestling. It was down in Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I spoke to a former Olympic wrestler on the phone. I watched tapes. Luckily, I had a great color analyst who had been a wrestler because once it started, I really had no clue what I was watching. I had no
He
idea.
grabs him. He grabs him again.
I know.
I was like the traffic cop. I'd say, here's Andy Strickland from St. Louis with a record of 18-0. He's a junior at North Carolina State, going up against Cam Jansen, 25-0.
You're going down. You're going down, by the way.
Way bigger than you.
And after that, I gave the essentials, the vitals. After that, I had no clue. I let my color analyst take over.
Wow. So like no Wimbledon, nothing like that, like
I enjoy tennis. I've never worked it, but I do try to go to the U.S. Open here in New York every year.
Yeah.
So that would probably be fun at some point in the future. But it's mostly been hockey and football for the most part. 10 to 12 baseball games every year, and filled in for a while on New York Knicks games with Walt Clyde Frazier. Not doing that this year with the move to Rangers TV, but all of those sports, a lot of fun, and really enjoyed every second of it.
Did you say baseball is the most difficult?
So most people that ask me the question would think that hockey is the most difficult because of the line changes on the fly, the names, the European names. To me, it's the easiest, maybe because I've done it for 35 years.
Yeah.
And it's like riding a bike. But to me, it's the easiest. It's 60 minutes of calling the action. I've done a lot of radio. So on radio, it's a really quick pace and you have to describe everything. TV, you could pull back a little bit. They could see where the puck is. You don't have to say necessarily left corner, far corner, near corner, left point, right point. You don't have to use all those terms as much on TV. Basketball is similar to hockey. It's slower. It's 48 minutes, slower pace, more whistles, similar concept. Football is the most rhythmic. It's one play and then it's 20 or 25 seconds. It's one play, 20 or 25 seconds for your color analyst to come in. Baseball, to me, of the four is the most challenging because there's so much downtime that you have to fill. Although it's gotten better with the pitch clock. Now it moves faster, but between pitches, between batters. So hopefully you have a good color analyst that can help fill that space.
Yeah, but Pat Summerall, he would just say, "Here's Emmitt Smith."
Yeah, he was a minimalist.
Touchdown.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, and, on TV, you don't have to say that much. It's funny, some of the highest praise that I've gotten and other play-by-play announcers have gotten have been when we don't say anything, when we lay out, when we shut up.
Yeah.
After the big goal. After the Jack Hughes goal, I wrapped it up, said what I said, then I probably didn't talk for about a minute.
Yeah.
And you just let the pictures and the sounds tell the story. You can't do that on radio, but on television, you can lay out. After that Bautista home run, there was an Artemi Panarin Game 7 overtime goal against Pittsburgh in 2022. Same thing. I laid out, got out of the way, and just let the producer and director do their thing.
Have you ever been like something happened and you're looking down and all of a sudden a big goal happened? You're like, "Whoa, they scored!" Like you've been caught off guard. I've never heard it.
Or have you ever gotten
Yeah,
something
you really hope it doesn't. You have to be careful. Maybe once or twice on a radio game, I might have been looking down at something and you look up quick and they score. That's one thing you don't want to get caught doing. I did have a Rangers-Kings game back at the old Forum in L.A., late night game. Probably not a lot of listeners back in New York, and I started to feel the hiccups coming on.
Oh, God.
Cam had that in our intro today.
Oh, God.
Just so you know.
Nightmare.
Try to reach for the cough button, and with the hiccups, you never know. So that happened that one time. I keep bringing up St. Louis related stories, but I once worked a baseball game in St. Louis in 2010, Mets and Cardinals, and it went 20 innings. And I was working with Tim McCarver. And at Busch Stadium, the new version, the current version, there is a men's room. There's a bathroom not too far from the booth. So I could have gone, but I never went to the bathroom the entire 20 innings. Never felt like I had to. In hockey, basketball, and football, you have between periods, halftime, you can go. Baseball, there's like a minute and a half or 2 minutes between innings.
Yeah.
So the play-by-play announcer really can't leave unless you sprint out and get back in a hurry. And then once it goes into extra innings, you always think it's going to end soon. You never think it's going to go that long. So I actually worked that 20-inning game and never left the booth, never went to the bathroom.
Is there a call that you've made that you would love to do over? That if you had a chance, I would like to do this one over.
Yeah, that's a really good question too.
My question.
Fortunately, the 3 overtime calls at the Olympics, the Quinn Hughes, the Megan Keller, and the Jack Hughes.
Keller, great call too, man.
Great call.
No, I appreciate it. I was happy with those. The Bautista home run is one that I get asked about. The Ovi goal. Those are probably the 5 big ones. And of course, overtime. There are probably some overtime goals in playoff games. There's been a couple on deflections where we all make mistakes. You might not see the deflection. So there have probably been a couple of overtimes where you might not have the right goal scorer. Now, I've learned along the way that there are certain tricks. Early in your career, you want to get everything right so quick, right away. But I've learned that there are tricks. You can pause. If you think it's a deflection, you can just yell score. You can then give the score. You can even give the time.
Yeah.
The Blue, yell score. And then the Blues take a 2-1 lead with 8.5 minutes remaining in the third period. And by that time, hopefully somebody's leading the way out of the celebration, out of the hug, going to the bench first, because that's usually the goal scorers. There are little tricks, but there have probably been some goals where I jumped the gun and possibly had the wrong goal scorer. I think at the Olympics, there's been so much talk about the 3-on-3 in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
In a perfect world, you probably don't want it to be 3-on-3, right, to decide a medal game or a gold medal game. The NHL goes away from the 3-on-3 in the playoffs, obviously. But I know why they do it at the Olympics. There are so many games every day, and they don't want the games going
schedule,
hour long. They have television schedules set up and all that. But from a play-by-play standpoint, I thought about this while I was there. I love the fact that it was 3-on-3 because it was going to lead to cleaner calls. You're not going to have 4 players in front of the net and it deflect off a player's stick or skate. In a 3-on-3, it's usually going to be a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1 or a breakaway. So for me, I love the fact that it was 3-on-3. Although, the Quinn Hughes shot against Sweden, that certainly was a play that could have been deflected. It wasn't. But in the other games, the Keller and the Jack Hughes, those were clean goals from a broadcast standpoint.
Great plays. Hey, and I read a story about this, but I want you to share it with our listeners. You got so many text messages after the golden goal by Jack Hughes. And give us an idea of some of the biggest names who reached out to you after that.
So, Andy, Cam, you guys know, maybe after a podcast, after a game you work, you might get 5 or 10 texts from people, friends, colleagues. Hey, good job. I love the question you asked, so-and-so. It's never more than 5, 10, 15 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But the same thing if I'm working a football game, I'll get a bunch of texts during and after the game or a hockey playoff game. But during the Olympics, obviously there's a lot more viewers and more people are paying attention. So early on, I would hear from a bunch of people during the first week and a half, but not that much different than the norm. But after the U.S.-Sweden game, the Quinn Hughes goal, that was a Wednesday, after the women's gold medal game on a Thursday, it was sort of, eye-opening. I had so many texts from friends, colleagues. I would look at social media, tweets, and then there were some articles written about the broadcast and about the calls. And then Sunday, during and after the gold medal game, it was just astonishing. I told myself I'm not looking at the phone during the gold medal game. I didn't want to be distracted. Yeah. I did check with my family between periods on our group chat just to kind of ask, how they thought it was sounding, how it was going. And I saw the number, 200, 300, 400 texts. And the game ended about 5:30. We stuck around for a while. We were off the air about 6. It was about a half-hour ride back to the hotel. I looked at a few of them, but we were talking about the game. in the van. And then we went to dinner for the first time in 2 weeks. So now it's 11 o'clock at night. We get back to the hotel. We hung around the lobby for a while. Then I had to go pack. I didn't go to sleep till 4 a.m, and I had to wake up at 6 for the flight. So it was 2 hours. And it was just overwhelming to see the number of people that checked in, mostly people I know, some that I hadn't heard from in a while. But then there were a couple of others that were just phone numbers, people that weren't in my phone. And I literally took the first 3 hours of the 10-hour flight home from Milan answering everybody because I didn't want to be rude. I wanted to answer everybody's text. And some of the ones that stood out, another St. Louis connection here, but Joe Torre. I know him a little bit. I've met him numerous times. I've interviewed him, but we don't have each other's numbers. You know, we're not that close. The fact that he went out of his way to ask a mutual friend for my phone number and send a text about the game and about the broadcast. I've never met Kirk Herbstreit. I've watched him on TV forever, and he does a great job. He sent me a message after the quarterfinal game on Twitter, direct message, which I thought was so nice. Somebody that I had never met that's in the business. Believe it or not, Sarah Palin. Who is dating Ron Duguay, the longtime.
Oh yeah, we've had Ronnie on.
Yeah, and I met Sarah with Ron when the Rangers brought back a lot of alumni this year. So she actually sent a note on Instagram on a direct message. She was watching the game, and just others from colleagues, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but Doc Emmerich, Sam Rosen, other broadcasters that I've become close with and have worked with through the years. Too many to name, but the ones that stand out are the ones that didn't have my number, the Joe Torres, the Kirk Herbstreits, who took the time to check in.
It's pretty cool. It's like when it's your birthday and everybody texts you, you're like, hey, thanks, hey, thanks, hey, thanks, hey, thanks.
That's kind of what it felt like. And I left for Milan on my birthday on February 2nd. So on the flight going there, I'm getting all these birthday texts. Man. And then on the flight coming home, I'm answering everybody from the gold medal game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I sent a text out to Edzo too, and Brian Boucher, who we've had on here also. I mean, you guys are all so good. What about what do you think this means for the NHL? You think this is great for everyone? It's so easy to say, oh, this is going to grow the game. This is so great for the game. I was with Kenny Morrow the other day. He was in town, did an interview with him on television. It's just amazing how everyone just reacts to this specific game. And did you think about that going over to the Olympics? Were you thinking about, hey, if USA is able to get to the gold medal game, win the gold medal, this could be a monumental call, monumental moment in American sports history. Does that ever cross your mind, or do you just not, or is it just another day on the job?
I probably wasn't thinking about it in those terms because when I went over there, the first couple of days was so much prep, getting ready for the women's games. And then you kind of take it day by day. I knew I was going to be working the gold medal game, but I'm kind of just looking at the 4 teams that I have on Tuesday and then the 4 teams that I have on Wednesday. You're not really thinking about the end result. It's not like a Super Bowl where you have 2 weeks to think about it, right? You know the teams on a Sunday and the game's not until 2 weeks later, and that's all you're thinking about for 2 weeks. Before that gold medal game, I had to work 23 other games. So you're just taking it day by day. You don't know who's going to be in the gold medal game. Like I said, if Slovakia and Czechia score in overtime, then the U.S. and Canada are eliminated in the quarters. This is actually the 3rd straight year that I've done both the men's and women's gold medal games, but totally different scenario. No NHL players in 2018 and 22. And in 22, I was doing it out of a studio off a monitor in Stamford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
So now the NHL players are back. We're there live and in person. So much different from the prior years, although the women's gold medal game in 2018 was tremendous when they beat Canada in a shootout. I think Friday, when the matchup was finally set, and, Canada had to play from behind in their last 2 games before the gold medal game.
Yeah, I know.
So they, nothing was a guarantee. So I wasn't really thinking about the USA-Canada matchup because it was far from a guarantee.
Yeah.
So once Friday night hit and they both won, then I think we all took a step back and said, wow, this is happening. This is for real. coming off the Four Nations last year. They're actually going to play in the gold medal game. And I went to the U.S. practice on Saturday about 3 o'clock, 3:30, and they seemed pretty confident, talked to a couple of the players. And then Eddie and Bush and I and Catherine did the bronze medal game that night. We actually had to work Saturday night, an 8:40 start, I think it was.
Oh, you did the bronze medal game after the gold medal. Or no, that was before the gold medal game, right?
Or night before. So we actually did Slovakia and Finland for the bronze.
Yeah.
We go back to so again, we weren't totally focusing on the gold medal game yet because we had to do the bronze game.
Mm-hmm.
So we did the bronze game Saturday night, got back to the hotel about midnight, and then the gold medal game was at 2 p.m. the next day. So it came upon us pretty quickly.
Jeez Louise.
Is there a moment that you witnessed behind the scenes that sticks out of a player either celebrating or being just completely devastated? A coach, a manager, and anything that you saw that none of us saw?
The moment that stands out to me was I didn't get to go to too many practices because of the game schedule, working 2 games a day and 1 game on the other days. I would try to I went to 3 or 4 USA men's practices, a couple of women's, 1 Canada, but couldn't go every day because I was working games. So I wasn't down in the media area a lot either, what they call the mix zone, where the players come off the ice after the game.
Yeah.
But we were down there the day of the women's gold medal game. We had a meeting with John Wroblewski, the head coach, and I want to get the times right. So this would have been about 7 o'clock at night. The game was at 9. The women's bronze game, which we did not do, they did it from the studio. That was earlier. But when we were down getting ready to meet the coach, John Wroblewski, the players from both Switzerland and Sweden from the bronze medal women's game, they had come off the ice a little while prior to that, and they had gone through the mix zone. Some of them were still around there. And just to see the range of emotions, a couple of Switzerland players walked by in tears of joy and happiness. The fact that they just won the bronze medal. They were just so excited, biggest moment of their lives, crying, happy. And then a couple of Swedish players walked by, crying, worst day of their life. They had just lost the game in which they would have won a medal. So, and they were all sort of in the same area, like 20 feet from each other. We were there waiting for the coach. So I think we witnessed the highs and lows of the Olympics right there, watching a couple of Switzerland players come off with such tears of joy, and then Sweden players come off who just lost the game and finished 4th, didn't win a medal. So that was probably the biggest moment that I witnessed personally.
The emotion. It's crazy. Why do you think the U.S. women's team's dominating so much?
So I've been real lucky again to work the last 7 Olympics, and I've done a lot of the women's games. I've done 4 of the gold medal games. It's been the U.S. and Canada in 7 of the 8 gold medal games. Sweden upset the U.S. in the semis in 2006. But going into this Olympics, Canada had won 5 times, the United States twice. So Canada had the upper hand for sure. And they still do overall with the numbers. But leading up to these Olympics, for whatever reason, the United States dominated the games that they played against each other in the rivalry series back in November and December. I wasn't at any of them. I watched some of them on television. The U.S. won all 4, and they outscored Canada 24-7. So there's been a shift. Canada won the gold in 2022. It went to a shootout in 2018, and the U.S. won. But leading into this Olympics, the U.S. had won 6 in a row over Canada, 2 at the World Championships and then 4 at the rivalry series. And then in Milan, they beat them 5-0 in the preliminary round.
Yeah.
The game didn't really mean anything. It just meant seeding for who would be 1, who would be 2.
Yeah.
As far as the seeding, they both knew they would be in. So they dominated that game. Canada was without Marie-Philippe Poulin, one of their top players of all time, for the preliminary round game. 5-0. U.S. going into the gold medal game, perfect record, 6-0, 5 straight shutouts, outscored their opponents 31-1. So they certainly look like the favorite going into that gold medal game, but Canada played their best game. One of the knocks on Canada in the media was that they kept too many veteran players and that they looked a little old and slow in some of those earlier games. Well, they revved it up in the gold medal game. They didn't look old.
Yeah.
They didn't look slow.
Nope.
And they dominated for about 45 minutes. They scored a shorthanded goal early in the second period and then led 1-0 with just over 2 minutes left. And the U.S. wound up tying the score and then won it in overtime. But Canada gave them a scare. They certainly did. But when you look back, the U.S. went 7-0, 33 goals, only allowed 3, or 2, I should say. 33-2. The goaltending was unbelievable. So they pulled it out, but you have to give Canada credit for what they did in that gold medal game.
That's true.
One or two more things. I know you got to get going. And the men could have used a younger player too, that Matthew Schaefer or whatever. I mean, he would have made a difference. You never know. He's got 20 goals in the NHL. You never know. Hey, real quick, Mike Tirico.
Yeah.
How good is this guy from a broadcasting standpoint? And was he right next to you, or where was he when he was doing his kind of closing remarks that will go down? And I mean, they should be shown in every broadcasting class across the world. It was just incredible.
Yeah, Mike's tremendous. He's a great person. I saw him a couple of times there prior to the gold medal game. He's great at whatever he does, whether it's studio work, hosting, play-by-play on Sunday Night Football, basketball, coming in as the host during the hockey. He does golf. He does so many other sports. I actually haven't heard it yet. I've heard about his post-game segment, but I still have to go back and watch it. He was 2 rows behind us and a little bit to the right. He's in the same spot where Snoop Dogg and AJ Malesko did their podcast during one of the earlier men's games. So right up the steps. So when Eddie Olczyk went on with him between periods, it took Eddie about 20 seconds to get up there. But Mike does a tremendous job, and that's a good reminder. I need to go find that somewhere on the internet because I heard it was just tremendous.
All right, listen, you have a book out, A Mike for All Seasons. We talked about it in the intro, too, so people go out and get that book. Wayne Gretzky did the foreword. Hard to believe, 30 years ago yesterday, Wayne Gretzky played his first home game for the Blues. 30 years ago. He writes the foreword in the book. Any NHL thoughts, though? Who do you like down the stretch here? Your boy Panarin's now in LA, although they're firing their coach and they've got some stuff going on. But who do you like coming out of the NHL right now? Who's your favorite team to kind of watch on an off night? If you can catch a game, who are you watching?
Well, first of all, thanks for mentioning the book. Came out 2 years ago. It was a lot of fun. I wrote it myself, no ghostwriter. Wayne and Walt Clyde Frazier were so nice to take part in the forwards. And I knew Wayne throughout his career, played with the Rangers for 3 years. I was on the team playing with him, but really got to know him a lot better during the last 5 years as one of my colleagues at TNT. And as you guys know, he spends a lot of time in St. Louis, an even better person than he was player, which is kind of hard to believe, but
incredible.
He is. And it's just it was just such a fun project to work on. And now, following the Olympics and some other events the last 3 years, I'm starting to get an idea for potentially writing a sequel at some point.
Yeah.
But as far as the question, Andy, I think you look at Colorado, they have to be considered one of the favorites, if not the favorite right now. But that division, it's going to be fascinating. The fact that two out of the 3 will probably have to play each other in the first round between Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota. Vegas is always a threat. In the East, I think it's pretty wide open. It's amazing that Florida, Toronto are as far out as they are. We'll have some new blood in the playoffs. You look at what Buffalo and Detroit have done and Pittsburgh. So I think the East is totally wide open. In the West, you have to look at those 4 teams I mentioned. And, of course, Edmonton, you can never rule them out of the mix either.
No. All right, so I was in Minnesota yesterday. Quinn Hughes today doing the leaving again to go do the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon tonight. So Jack Hughes, that picture with the flag draped over him and
unbelievable,
his mouth all cut up and losing teeth. I mean, that's as iconic as it gets. So hopefully you heard from some 1980 people too. I mean, and this is, we had to wait 46 years. Yep. So you delivered on the biggest stage at the moment, Kenny. So big shout out to you and everybody you worked with. You guys did a phenomenal job, and everyone back here obviously recognized it. So wanted to get you on it. So glad we were able to make it happen, man. So thanks for doing this.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for having me on. And by the way, one of the text exchanges Monday was with Jack Hughes. So that was pretty cool. I've known the family. I've known his mom for about 30 years. She was one of my color analysts, believe it or not. We did the 2004 or 5 Frozen 4 women's college hockey.
Wow.
And Ellen Weinberg Hughes was my color analyst. So Jack and Quinn were like 2 and 4 at the time. They weren't there, but so exchange texts with Quinn, Jack. I've known them since before they broke into the NHL, and I'll probably see Quinn tomorrow. I'll be in Minnesota with Eddie and Boosh for the Wild and Tampa Bay Lightning game tomorrow night.
There
I'll
you
be
go.
watching.
Yeah, and we had a lot of St. Louis connection with the Kachuk brothers and Clayton Keller and Joy Dunn too
Joy
on
Dunn,
the
little shout out.
girls' side.
I'll give you, if we have time, I'll give you one.
Oh,
Kachuk
if you have
story.
time, we got time. Yeah.
One quick Kachuk story. My wife and I are at the 2008 Baseball All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. I got tickets through Fox, and right before the game, this couple comes into our row, sits down right next to me. It's Keith and Chantel Kachuk. Fox tickets, they won them at an auction. Joe Buck had donated the tickets. So I'm sitting next to the Kachucks, and the game went 15 innings. And I remember around the 11th or 12th inning, they said to us, we got to go back to the hotel. Our 2 little boys are with a babysitter. We got to go, relieve the babysitter. And it was Matthew and Brady. I think they were like 10 and 8 years old at the time. So that's my Kachuk story from the
And they were probably
Baseball.
terrorizing the hotel.
Destroyed the hotel.
The poor
Exactly.
babysitter.
Brady's probably eating lava cakes
Walt
there
gave
too.
her like $1,000. Like, just don't say anything. Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
Kenny,
it.
you're the man. You work your
Yeah.
butt off, man. You do a damn good job. You did a great job at the Olympics. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, Kenny.
Thanks, guys. Love watching you guys, and
Yeah.
hopefully we'll see you next time in St. Louis.
Yeah, we'll
Right
see
on,
you
Kenny.
soon. Take
We'll
care,
see you, buddy. Right on.
All right, that was Kenny Albert. Great story. What a successful. He works
Successful?
he works his ass off.
Yes,
dude.
he does. I know.
It's a lot of
It's
work.
a lot.
He's doing 4 sports in 4 days and stuff like that.
How
It's
old is
crazy.
he?
I have to double check.
What do you
that.
think he is?
Probably 60, maybe.
Is he 60?
50s?
He looks young.
No, maybe 50s. Probably not in his 60s. I hate answering
I know.
that question.
I know. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is. I mean, look it up. It's easy.
I have it right here on my gosh dang, right off the bat. 68. No, 1968. So what is that?
57, maybe
57?
56, something like that.
Yeah, okay. He looks good. His hair looks
Yeah.
good. God dang.
So talented.
So talented.
Not many
It's in
people
his
can
blood.
do hockey and then all the other sports.
Well,
too.
yeah. To be able to do the 4 sports, it's incredible. I don't know how
No,
he
it's
has
just
time.
the versatility.
Yeah. He just knows how to do it.
Mhm.
He lets the moment
People
rise.
and we're seeing guys separate themselves from the rest of the pack when it comes to broadcasting right now, because broadcasting with the new age of Sports Center and all that has just kind of gotten dumbed down a little bit. And there's a lot of great play-by-play guys that are out there, but like he and Tirico, man, they're just kind of
Oh,
separating
Jesus.
themselves from the pack right
Yeah,
now.
they have.
Because they're the same every day. They're so consistent.
perfect.
And they don't change from one sport to the
They're
next.
perfect.
I love it.
I know.
Big shout out.
I wish
Kenny,
I was
man.
like that.
His dad was Marv Albert, absolute legend. Great stories from that too. He's got a book out,
Yeah, he does.
so get the book.
The
man.
book is I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Any hot a mic for all seasons. I got you.
Yeah, and this
Don't worry about it, Andy. I got you.
a mic for all seasons. The forward by Wayne Gretzky
Oh. Do they like
and Walt Frazier.
dang boy. Look at Kenny. That's our boy right there. Damn good
He's gonna
job.
send us a copy of the book.
He did a
too.
damn good job.
A mic for all seasons. So big shout out to Kenny Albert, man. Thanks for joining us.
yeah.
That was a fun interview, fun
Love you, buddy.
conversation.
We love you,
He's got to
man.
work a game tonight.
Love you, buddy. We'll be
Holy
listening.
smokes. Stiefel brings us the Cam and Strick podcast. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Use our link and use it today.
Let's go.
Blue Nova Roofing. Call David Novak, 314-920-5713. 314-920-5713.
5713.
Sparks Hockey. Don't go to who?
Seth, weirdo, creep you out, and your daughter. Don't go near him. Psycho.
EasyTiger.az. Check that out. That's their Insta-
Get that mind right.
You can find them on Instagram too.
Get that mind right.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Find them on social media. But they have the highest quality of products.
Oh,
And the best merchandise, too. We'll be showing you all of that. So welcome aboard to
Let's
Easy
go.
Tiger. Great to have them with us. Again, support everything Easy Tiger is doing. Sparks Hockey, by the way, use our promo code Cam and Strick. It'll save you more money than Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Spas and more. We put the...
What's up, Angie? What's up, girly girl?
We put
Let's
the,
go.
We put the...
In spa.
Angie has.
God dang.
Infrared saunas, swim pools.
That's what we're getting. Saunas.
hot tubs,
Makes you look younger.
cold plunges.
Cold
Cold
plunge.
plunges are very good for your skin and for your heart and everything.
Oh, really?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Now you do.
We've had cold plunges like
Yeah.
20 years ago when I was playing. And he forgets that I played cold plunges all the time after a good hard skate. Cold plunge.
Cold plunge.
And he's like, they're out there now. Like,
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I've known that for years.
All right, we appreciate Kenny Albert and everybody else. For
Love you
joining
guys.
us, man. Maddie back in the behind the glass.
Maddie, what's up, homie? That's my boy.
And lots more to
Maddie
come.
likes me more than you.
I'll be on the road for next week's episode.
We know, Andy.
Or no, I'll be back actually. We may be out a day later.
Figure it out.
We may be out a day later.
Figure
next
it
week.
out.
I know.
We'll be all right.
Okay.
We'll always have somebody for you guys. We love you guys.
All the best.
See you, dudes.
See you.
Yerk! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul Dragon Cougar's no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go. My check for check, here comes show. Cam throws hits